streaming from here. Do I even have to confirm anything at this point? No, YouTube automatically goes live, doesn't it? I think it just starts. Yeah, it does. Well, I haven't done this in a long time where I only use YouTube. But also, apparently, I have an auto crop. Hey, wait, can I fix this? Can I fix this cropping issue? Wait, really? I, like, not have... Okay, I guess I can't fix it really well. Just auto crop, really? All right, well, I'll try to fix my stream. I ought to just... it. I'll just deal with, like... that. This. Little. Possibly can, for the most part. Or... stretch all that. I got a vertical stream integrated now, guys, so I'm playing with that for the first time. Apparently, I don't know, maybe I should just have myself for now while there's no video going on in the middle. And maybe that'll get people vertically aligned with my channel. Oh, man, aren't I funny? Anyway, how y'all doing today? We got, Rumble's down. I don't know why it's down, so I had to get my stream key. I was on time today. For the first time in a while, I was on time on this stream. And then I had to go get a whole new key generated and everything else just to stream on YouTube only because, well, Rumble's down. So, there we go. Crazy how that happens now, huh? One time I get up here. Anyway, Mr. B, we got Jay of it saying, you're laughed at, bro. You're running cover for the feds if you still think Tyler into Charlie. Then Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone gunman. Yeah, and they're not even close to the same category, man. Not even close to the same category. See... with Lee Harvey Oswald, there was one camera. One camera. Okay? There was one angle. A lot more was covered up. With Charlie Kirk, there's like 32 different angles. You can't cover them up. And you can't show us one angle where something weird went and happened. Isn't that weird how that happens? We got all the footage in the world. If we would have had all this footage for JFK, we would have absolutely seen the guy who did it no matter what. But people like to leave that out. So good try, man. You got a bot account? Yeah, I'm laughed at. I'm sure the bots are really all just laughing in unison. Anyway, the Tennessee Gamers, in here. Thank you so much. Sam Rat Terrier. We have, P.S. Briggs. We've got Mike Attitude. We've got the Dent Sea Scrolls. I always want to say Dead Sea, but I'm sure that's the point. Zoe. We've got, Mark White. Let's see. We got AMSL. What else we got? We got Nurse Terry here. Told you I'd remember. I'll remember that. It'll be like 5 years from now, and I'm going to keep saying that. C-Star. Misty M. Kansas City Jayhawks. Stargazer. Say When You Won't. Kelly. In red letters. Crashman. Von Stinkputin. We've got, Candace Kincaid. Sav Smiles. We've got, Smiles with Twisted... I'm guessing it's Twisted Mind. I've seen you on here all the time. Did you just change your name? Because I don't think I ever remember your name being that long. So we've got Sav Smiles and Smiles. Chalky Duris. Ashley Wynn. Texas Motherbird. Susie Q. Pyre. Abstract Cats Media. Yeah, Mindhunter. How y'all doing today? Woo! Just start the stream. Instant 123 people in here now. That's freaky. Thank you guys so much for being here. Seriously, y'all are incredible. Let's see. Eric Goss for $10 says, can you explain to a stupid foreigner? Oh, you're not stupid. But those are, oh yeah, we're calling them bawbucks, right? Fat. Have you ever seen Yamad? You ever watch Yamad? That Tuck guy. Incredible. I hope he comes back. He is very funny. Let's see. Utah state officials are the Fed. Why Utah state officials are the feds or working for Erica? Your legal system must work a lot differently to my one. I don't know that it actually does work that much differently. I bet it is different though. Your legal system's probably going to be more catered to like a British system the United States is its own kind of thing. And in fact, Canada even is a lot closer to the United States system than they are the UK. But it's still not quite right. But even so, that's probably the people we have the most commonality with is the United States and Canada probably have the most amount of legal, like, similarities. But other than that, we would be similar to you guys, to Australia, and to the EU in general. It's not that crazy different, but it is different. So the reason why most likely the feds were involved with Charlie is because first and foremost, he's high profile. And that could have instantly been like a Antifa situation, and it may still be a full-fledged Antifa situation. The FBI definitely would have came into that because it's like, hey, high-profile political commentator taken out by somebody for political reasons. More than likely, at the beginning of that, they probably assumed it was an out-of-stater. Or that it would have been a group that would have taken Charlie Kirk out. Both of those incidents would have warranted the feds. The other reason is because Charlie Kirk was also a board member of the United States Air Force. That also would give the FBI jurisdiction to look into his murder. Once the FBI determined that this was all taking place within a state or within the state and was somebody from, the state, once it was all domestic, once they had ruled out that, like, this was a big, giant group project, that's when the FBI would have bowed out and been like, okay, the state has control over this. So there's definitely that. Pull up the state's reply brief filed today and read the intro. Excellent. Absolutely. We'll definitely do that. Also, thank you so much for that 10, Eric. You're amazing. Thank you for sticking around and being here, man. GN for the 20. Of course, I just read that. Yeah, I'll definitely pull up the state. Why not? We'll pull that up. I retweeted it. It's here somewhere. Right here. Introduction. Candace Owens is losing her mind over. We'll definitely read that. Now, we also have Pixel Minute Games. Hey, thank you so much for that 10. Genuinely, thank you guys so much. Y'all coming out of the gate swinging. What's going on today, guys? Thank you all so much for being here. You guys are incredible. All right. Defendant does not challenge the substance of the evidence demonstrating that he was the person who crawled to the sniper's perch on the Lozy building rooftop, fired the fatal shot that ended Mr. Charlie Kirk, hid the rifle in a wooded area, got rid of some of the clothing he was wearing, and told his roommate to delete the text about the incident. Rather, he merely asserts the repeated rejected claim that the overwhelming evidence establishing some of these facts could not be introduced as reliable hearsay at this preliminary hearing. It's pretty crazy. And then Candace Owens had the gall to sit there and say, because that is literally not the stated purpose of filing for dismissal. This is cope. This is pure cope. It's unbelievable that she could literally have an upstanding, sitting kind of in the way of it, so people can read it for themselves there. This is pure cope. She's saying, for example, I did not address, or as you would say, contest Brigitte Macron's claims that she is a woman in my filings for dismissal out of Delaware courts. That is such a stupid comparison because we are arguing the filing in and she goes on. It doesn't even matter. And the fact of the matter is Candace Owens is filing for dismissal against all of these. When she said she wanted the smoke, it said she wanted it to go to a full trial. But every single time it comes down to her, she tries to get out of the trial. Oh, weird how that works, huh? Weird how that keeps happening, but okay. So I said, in the response to this too, I guarantee you, Candace Owens will still pretend like she is right after Tyler Robinson loses his trial, that or when he takes a plea deal. Mark my words. More than likely in this situation, everything, because of the fact that it says right here that the defendant does not challenge the substance of evidence, including that he ended Mr. Kirk, this tells me right here this is not going to trial. We will not have a Tyler Robinson trial. In fact, I will actually bet you guys anything at this point right now. We're not having a trial. You all know where I'm going with this? Well, it's very simple. He's going to plead guilty. And then he is going to take a plea deal. He will get life in prison. He will not be put down. And that's where it's going to end. It won't make it to trial. At this point in time, if this is what the defense is saying, what else do we have? You know what I mean? What else do we have? It's just simply going to be a plea deal. Erica Kirk is going to be against that plea deal, I would hope. But it's not going to matter because they're not going to listen to the victim. They didn't listen to 4 victims in the Idaho 4. They went ahead and did a plea deal behind their backs. All 4 victims' families were enraged by this. But that's just how it works. That's just how it works. I didn't think Tyler Robinson was going to admit guilt, to be honest. I thought he would try to get away with it. And I thought that Candace Owens doing this whole thing with the defense, I thought she would be working with the defense in some capacity. And I was wondering if there was communication there, secretly. I was wrong. I was just dead wrong. I think I could just admit that now. I could be wrong still, and Candace Owens could be working with the defense, but I don't think that's the case at this point. I don't think they would put this information out here if she was working with them. I think he just takes a plea deal and Candace Owens loses her mind. And it's actually unfortunate it doesn't go to court. The reason why it's unfortunate is very simple. We are not going to be able to see everything go down. We're not going to be able to watch Tyler Robinson lose a case in real time with all the evidence presented in order. More than likely, what will end up happening is they will release all the evidence after the trial. It's going to be an absolute mountain of evidence. This isn't good. The reason why that's not good is because Candace Owens will then get her grubby little fingers into the evidence, and she's going to be very selective. How do I know she's going to be selective? Well, she's been selective in the trial, in the hearing. Candace Owens, to this day, has never once a single time even shown the prosecution. Never. She has never once shown the prosecution on her channel, period. So when you're only going with the defense, how one-sided is that? Well, it's exactly one-sided. That's how Candace operates. On my channel, I showed the full hearing. I showed the full thing. Defense and prosecution. Candace Owens only showed the defense. Who's biased? Which side is biased? It's unbelievable that she has fans. It truly is. It's absolutely incredible. Watching Candace Owens. Let's go watch her meltdown, actually. Let's go watch her meltdown. Oh, yeah, and this guy. Oh, Ron. So funny. Oh, did y'all see this, though? He did kind of admit it was very, very funny. You believe what you want. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just believe what I want. It was like this idiot forgot Candace Owens filmed it off Terrell's screen. You could see the shelf up here. You could see that this is the computer screen. It's cut off on both ends. It's just incredible, isn't it? It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. You know? Candace Owens crops it, and then she complains that it's cropped. It's like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't have done that then. Maybe you shouldn't have cropped the screen, in my opinion, but I'll just believe what I want. Sticks. I'm not Sticks. Do I look like Sticks, though? I hope I don't look like today's Sticks, but I mean, I'll take it. I don't look like Sticks. It's not even close. It's not even close. What are you talking about? I just have long hair. Okay, let's, Owens. There we go. All right, what do we got? Oh yeah, this is just 3 hours ago. I mean, it's crazy. And then you get a freaking community note on here. Preliminary hearings decide only probable cause. Okay. But they said defendant does not challenge the substance of evidence demonstrating that he was the person who crawled onto the sniper's perch and also ended Mr. Charlie Kirk. What does this have to do with anything? Why is this community note even here? You know, Utah R evidence 1102 allows reliable hearsay. Okay, what does that have to do with what they just stated? Defense counsel often skip alternative theories here to avoid previewing strategy before trial. Silence does not prove these theories lack merit. There's no silence here. We're not talking about silence. We're talking about what they said. Like, this is an absolute crap community note. Where was anything about anything involving silence? Defendant therefore raises no valid challenge to the evidence supporting count 1. At least to murder. Oh, wait a minute. I thought murder wasn't aggravated. Wait, hold on. Murder? You mean aggravated murder? Hey, Candace, by the way, I wonder if that means that they don't know the counts. Huh. Count 2, felony discharge of firearm with serious bodily injury. Counts 3 and 4, obstruction of justice, or count 5, tampering with a witness. So they're not challenging any of those. They're only challenging 6 and 7. And I said the thing again. If there's anybody in here watching this that says 6, 7, leave, please. No, I'm kidding. You guys are fine. Just it's a phase. You'll get over the 6, 7 stuff here soon. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a little thingy real quick. Y'all want to watch me make a stupid thing? Watch this. I'm gonna put this here. We'll just center it, and then I'm gonna take this little square box, and we're gonna make it into a beautiful fiery red. All right. Now we're gonna come here, and it's gonna be moiter. Okay. Now we're gonna take this again. We're gonna just screenshot it because I'm too lazy to save it. Don't need it anymore. And then I'm gonna come here and be like, uh-oh. Nope. I don't think the defense knows the charges. We'll tag tag him. We'll tag Paramount Tactical here. We're gonna tag Jay Witt. Just a few other people like, Seth Dillon maybe. Who else? Who should I tag in this? I got the chicks on the right. Joe Satriani. Let's tag him too. Yeah. Let's get let's go Joe Sat. Wait, where did he go? Joe Satriani. Okay, hold on. I put chicks. Oh, Chickenfoot Joe. He's still in Chickenfoot? Really? That's odd. How about Blake Neff? Just anybody who will really see this. There was another person I wanted to tag. Who's that? Who else did I want to get in on this? That's crazy. I forgot. Oh, right. Let's get Gerald in here. That'll be fun. There we go. We'll just tag those people for now. I don't know. I'm not going to rack my brain around. There's like 50 people in my head that I should have tagged in there, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm sure they'll see it. I'm not trying to leave them out, but if it gets retweeted by any of these people at all, they'll see it. And kind of funny how it works. All right. How about Candace Owens here? We're going to watch some of the quartering stuff. I don't even know where she's at. Did she reschedule or something? I watch her not even be live streaming today. Joe Satriani. Did you know, fun fact, okay, fun little fact. Joe Satriani has a song that you all know, but you don't know it as Joe Satriani's song. Did you know that? Oh, no, I don't know if Joe's based or not. I'm not even going to try that. Flying in a Blue Dream is a great song. It's actually, the song is, what is it? Let's see. I'll do a little diddly here. I can't think of the song name. What is it? It's driving me nuts. It'll be... wrong note. Am I doing that? Oh, I can't think of it now. So it's like... Oh, it'd be... Is it a half step or a whole step? I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I'm missing that. That is a step and a half down. Here? Or here? Something like that. Play March of the Candies. March of the What is that? Okay, so it'd be. Or is it? I'll just do it by one note, and then I'll play the I'll get the chords later. So. Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah. I love that song. I don't know if y'all even know it. It's called March of the Poozers, but we could change it to March of the Candies. Does he just repeat it? Or is it? Oh, I think it's something like that. Something like that. I don't know. It's so crazy, isn't it? So crazy. Ooh, my wrist is a little slow. Okay. At least I'll end that on a decent note. Okay. Anyway, the whole song is, it was totally ripped off, and now he has 100% writing credits for the song, Viva... Something La Viva. What? Coldplay? Okay, it's Coldplay. It's, Viva La Vida. This song right here is actually Joe Satriani's song. 1 billion views, and nobody even knows it's Joe Satriani's song. Fun fact about it, they stole it from him. They just straight up stole it from Joe Satriani. It's freaking hilarious. And then he sued them, and then they were like, oh, we didn't really steal it from you. You can just have all the writing credits. And he goes, okay. And they paid him out a little bit. But yeah, it's a flat-out ripoff. What song is it? It's not If I Could Fly, is it? It is If I Could Fly. Yeah, it's If I Could Fly. This is the song they stole. I keep confusing it with Flying in a Blue Dream, and every time I play Flying in a Blue Dream, I'm like, that doesn't sound like it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's this one. So it's the part that goes, you'll hear it. It's the da 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 da, and then he plays it here. I think it's. Oh. So it's just straight up ripped off. Not even close. It's just straight up ripped off. It's so crazy. I'll just show you real quick. Joe Satriani sues Coldplay. December 2008, guitar virtuoso Joe Satriani filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against Coldplay, claiming the massive Grammy hit Viva La Vida copied substantial original melody from his lines in 2004, If I Could Fly. Coldplay denied the claim, stating similarities were entirely coincidental. It's not even close. It's not even close to a coincidence. It's not even close to a coincidence. It's like line for line throughout the whole song. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? So there's that. The case was dismissed in September 2009 after an out-of-court settlement, which they gave him like writing credits and everything else. It was crazy. It's so funny. But yeah, now he just makes bank off this like crazy. Alrighty, guys, y'all want to see the quartering coming up here, and we'll get to that, and then we're going to get to Candace Owens. We're going to try and make our way through Candace Owens pretty quick with minimal breaks because Paramount Tactical has got Andrew Wilson coming on at 7 o'clock. I don't want to compete with that, and I also want to watch it. So I'm just going to send you guys over there, and we'll end the stream by 7 o'clock for sure. Yeah, anyway, it came from the same gods that Beyonce and the others have in their music as well. Wait, what did? Santana. What's Santana? Are you talking about Santana? Santana's a good artist, too. $5 from Eric Gosto. Yeah, it's annoying when modern music uses tunes from the old 80s songs. Been caught out and disappointed me many times. Yeah. Well, I mean, artists today don't have, unless they're metal artists, in my opinion, there are very few artists today that actually do anything original. And it's really annoying. Very, very annoying. Kind of sucks. But I guess I do have a lot of brand new subscribers in here that probably don't even know I play guitar and stuff. It's kind of funny to think about. I think I last picked up the guitar and played it on stream like 7,000 or 8,000 subscribers ago. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's really funny, actually. A lot of people are surprised by that. I'm not as good as it sounds, okay? I can tell you that. There are so many people way better than me. So, you know, I need to up my game and practice more by a lot. By a lot. So, there's that. But yeah, I do got a video of me. If y'all ever want to watch me play guitar, I do have a music channel called Forlorn Hope. But let's get on into this first, guys. We're burning through a lot of time. Candace Owens is probably going live here soon today on the show. Yeah, 20 seconds ago. Look at that. That's some breaking news for you guys right there. Alex Jones style. Yeah. Today on the show, we continue the onslaught of releasing never-before-seen footage in the interest of transparency. I'm sure it's good, right? As he gets community noted again for misrepresenting Tyler Robinson's court filings, we have to ask, why does Blake Neff so badly need... This is just such garbage. Influencers attempt to link me to Hassan Piker via very obscure means. You mean by him praising you? That's obscure? Okay. That's cope. All right. Yeah, she's just stupid. It's unbelievable how dumb she is. But anyway, we're going to get over there. Oh, 5:30. Okay, we got a good 30 minutes. We should be able to get through this clip at least. I'll watch the Steven Crowder rundown of what happened between the quartering and Alex Jones. Spoiler alert, it's not all too interesting. It's, I don't know. It's really dumb. So let's go.
From Buttix, this is
we'll skip the intro.
It really is. When you look at those primary results and you look at the debate that took place last week and you look at the fracturing on the right, and then I want you to bring into that this touring the country drag show that specifically mocks, celebrates, and is put together poorly from a creative standpoint. The assassination of Charlie Kirk. Here's the quick clip you've probably seen on X.
Yep. Sure is.
So the tour is, it's Turning Point US Gay, and it's hosted by the drag queen Erica Quirk.
Okay, well, at least the left has finally done something somewhat funny by making puns. You know what I mean? So there is that. Wait, ahoy, just as warning, in case you play the full quartering AJ conversation, AJ played the moment CK got... Oh, yes, I did see that part. That's why I'm skipping it. Because he played it right on out there, I watched it happen, and I was like, bro, why'd you show that? Uncensored, just in the middle of the quartering speaking, Alex Jones just shows everything right there that happened to Charlie. Out of nowhere, just plays the clip right behind Jeremy. And it was like, what was that? What was that? Absolutely disgusting, for sure. I don't know why he did that. I'm very disappointed in Alex for making such a silly mistake. I understand he streams like 20 hours a day, but man, come on. Like, that should not have happened. Anyway, this whole thing, Turning Point US Gay, that is kind of funny. TPUS Gay. Actually a funny pun, even though I don't like it at all. For once, the left says something funny, and then Erica Quirk. Not exactly the most funny thing, but at least they're like, oh, look, we're punny. It's like, oh, wow, they actually said something kind of intelligent. They actually made somewhat of an intelligent parody. Congratulations to them. Wow, they finally did something. It's only been, when was the last time the left did something funny? Has it been like 15 years now? I don't know.
They've raised $50,000 for the ACLU, Good Bedfellows.
What?
So think about that. Mocking the assassination of Charlie Kirk is actually a fun.
Isn't the ACLU like pro-Jew? Isn't the ACLU like super pro-Jew? So why did the left do that? What?
Or for the ACLU.
Wait,
and I want you to see the rest of this, because those who are fracturing the right, the left hates you just as much. They see you as useful tools.
Aren't they pro-Israel?
They mock Charlie.
Oh, no,
and
they're
Erica
not.
Kirk
They're not pro-Israel.
And
I'm
Vance,
thinking of a different
and all the
4-letter whatever. They're all the same in my opinion. Whatever.
people who folks like Candace and MTG
But they're
and
not
Tucker claim to hate, and they mock those people too. But they want to support it. They want to.
Yeah, thank you for that, Noel. I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Support. And we'll show you other clips. People like Candace and Tucker, those who are exclusively attacking the right. And before I get to that, here's one thing that I will say is very, very different from trying to go back as long as I can remember, honestly. It's one thing to have a big tent where you have libertarians, where you have, more traditional conservatives,
Sure.
where you have America First, you have MAGA. It's one thing to disagree on certain policies. Like, for example, you have libertarians who think that, we should end the drug war, legalize all drugs. And you have people going, you know what, I don't want all these drugs in my country. I want a more traditional America. I think it's bad for society. Okay.
Yeah.
Things
Fair.
like that. Taxes.
Yeah.
Public schools. All right. What you are seeing right now from the Tuckers, from the MTGs, from the Candaces specifically, that I've never seen before is not a disagreement of opinion, but exclusively leading with character assassination against those on the right.
1,000,000%. Steven Crowder's just straight up on it, as per usual. Yeah, I need to be watching Steven Crowder a lot more. Honestly, it's just I don't really use Rumble all that much. I'll be honest. I've given Rumble every single try for the most part. I love alternative tech, but unfortunately, there's just, if you're not watching Steven Crowder and the Charlie Kirk show on Rumble, then you're pretty much watching nothing. I know Rumble's got more than that. I don't know. It doesn't have everything like YouTube does, and I watch so many metal videos and like gear videos, guitar videos. It's like my thing. That's what I do whenever I'm not doing research on politics. So when I do like go onto something, it's just YouTube. Like, it still has everything, link for the music channel is down in the description below, called Forlorn Hope. Let's see, is it there? It might. I have a dark path. Wait, do I not have Forlorn Hope here? Oh, I might. Oh, no, I do. Music. It just says music channel. My bad. It says music channel down there instead of Forlorn Hope. I thought for sure it would be more than that, or I would have put Forlorn Hope on there. I guess not.
Immediately
but
assassinating
I'll link
the
it in the
character
chat. Why not?
of everyone else on the right, poisoning the well.
I only have one cover song, and then I got a bunch of gear reviews that aren't great, but I'm planning on doing a lot more cover songs. So Forlorn Hope. Got to type in channel because it brings up a different band thing that has less views and subscribers. I don't know why. Got a music channel. Boop. Then I'll pin it for now. I'll replace this pinned message with Gary's stream after.
So that nobody has a chance. That's new, and that's if you're feeling like things are really toxic, to use the term, or there's been a shift, that is quite new.
Yeah.
And it's incessant. And the left loves it.
Oh, yeah.
To be clear.
Of course they do.
Especially U.S. was a turning point, U.S. gay. And to add insult to injury, they've even set up a debate table outside the venues, and it's unoriginal.
I'm surprised Candace Owens didn't promote this.
Come on now.
Come on.
I'm a female. So let's look at an
Who did that? Come on.
That's so good. Come on. Like, that's amazing. You gotta love Crowder.
Who put Gerald in that?
I don't think anyone did.
Oh.
One guess.
I think that was a security
Right.
camera footage.
No, yeah, that's
not.
official footage.
So here's an extended clip.
Oh, man.
And I
gotta
it's
love
disgusting, and you probably, I mean, I would never say,
thank you,
this is
Dipsy.
gross as far as comedy, because that's one thing. This isn't
Just
comedy.
check out my
This
newest
is
video.
just
That's the only one
men
worth it on the
playing
music
dress
channel.
up, and they're
a
too
Dream Theater
untalented
cover.
to make the cut anywhere else. They're not dancers.
Try not to get turned on.
Yeah, they're not strippers. They're not comedians. They're not actors. They just put on a costume and do stupid shit. That's all it is, and they want to call it an art form. But look at who they mock and who they hate. And this is hateful. It's not just Charlie Kirk. It's not just Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk. It's not just Christine Ohm's husband. It's not just Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, Trump, J.D. Vance. It's also people like MTG are included, Tucker Carlson, and Mrs. Candace Farmer. So they're happy to mock all of these people, and they want you to keep snipping.
We are Charlie.
What are they doing?
There isn't even choreography.
Is she supposed to be a piano? What the? Okay.
There you go. There's Miss Candace Farmer.
Look at how they put Candace in such a good light compared to everything else. Look, here's Charlie with his neck bleeding. But did Candace Owens here at all? The Candace Owens, did she look like a parody at all?
There you go. There's Miss Candace Farmer.
Like, they are praising Candace in this.
Ooh, she's on their side, huh?
Yeah, now do
Wild.
the argument, right, those on the left where they go, what about the Hortmans? Right, in Minnesota, which was not a right-wing extremist. Like, okay, show me the stage play where everyone mocks the political violence committed against him, let alone the assassination of a young man and his wife.
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, they see no difference between Erica Kirk and Candace Farmer. The only difference they see is one being a useful tool. Here is noted self-professed communist Hassan Piker saying the quiet part out loud.
Yep.
I want to be logical. I want to be rational about this case. But then on the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, I can't speak out against this queen. I mean, I can't speak out against this queen because this is a queen that successfully and single-handedly...
Does anybody find it weird that he's calling her a queen? Normally how he would do it is if a right-winger ever said anything that he agreed with, he'd be like, oh man, that guy's a piece of garbage, but I guess we agree on that. But instead, he's choosing to praise her in multiple ways. That's not the Hassan way to do things. If he has a bunch of stuff he disagrees with him, well, they're still a fascist, but at least we agree on this. That's what he would say. But he's not. He is praising Candace Owens so much. He loves everything she's doing, including the preborn stuff with her ads, including the, show every mother that an image of their baby before they're born. Thought he was against that. Wouldn't he speak out against that still? Huh. That's strange. It's almost like the left is in on it.
Undermined the Republican initiative to martyrize Charlie Kirk and use that example to crack down on political dissent. She dropped a grenade on the discourse.
Yes, she did.
So I'm with her. It's hard. It's hard for me. My brain says, no, it's probably Tyler Robinson. But my heart says, go, Candace, go. Keep cooking. You know? Does that make sense?
And by the way, I'm not making the logical fallacy where people just go like, well, Hitler liked sandwiches, and if you like sandwiches, therefore you're Hitler. What I'm trying to communicate to you is that this is exactly what the left wants. They've been clear about it. Yeah. They will put momentum and finances behind it, and then ask yourself logically, would the left like to see the right fractured, and would they like to see people on the right who claim to be on the right character assassinate everyone else of note on the right? The answer is yes. Also, as a side note, that's Hassan Piker, and he's into fashion. He has like $600 glasses, whatever it is. But he also had a ring.
I think more expensive than that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
he likes a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, he has jewelry. He's wearing jewelry. Look, you don't get to be a communist, socialist, Marxist if you wear a ring and a bracelet. You don't. It's a completely unnecessary luxury. Also an expensive watch. If you're not a socialist and you want a nice expensive watch, that's fine. I'll tell you, this Casio keeps time just as well. But if you are a socialist,
Yeah, the problem isn't wearing fancy stuff.
No.
Expensive jewelry. The problem is
most working class Republicans, small business owners, conservatives who you mock as capitalist pigs, do not purchase such frivolities.
Right.
You can't complain about the decadence of the West while...
And on top of that, he can't relate to them. He can't relate to the working class at all, but he doesn't like the working class. He thinks the working class is beneath him. They need to be working for him, and they need to supply everything for very little money so he has enough money left over to have his fancy cars.
Wearing, as a man, a ring, a bracelet, a necklace, designer glasses, you are full of shit. Just like you can't be an environmentalist and have a fragrance. You are a walking tub of shit.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to find an Italian socialist, I guess.
Yeah, I mean...
Mussolini.
He
He didn't have any watches or
fascist.
nothing, no.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of watches they had back then.
There's pretty good stuff here. What are we watching here? Oh, it's their skit. I don't want to watch their skits. They're good, but I would rather you all go check them out for sure and enjoy their skits that they've worked hard on. That's the way I would like. Everybody should be watching Steven Crowder. Is there anybody in here that doesn't watch Steven Crowder for some reason? Like, it's crazy.
Jeremy, whether you agree with him or not, he went on Alex Jones yesterday, and I think he handled it really well. And I think he voiced something where Alex was probably ready for it to be adversarial. To Alex's credit, he's always willing to talk with people, even if he disagrees, and will concede, hey, you know what, all right, we shouldn't be fighting against each other, or that's a good point, even if he disagrees. It was a productive conversation. I also would like to emulate that and extend an actual olive branch to people who I may disagree with, of course, on the right. If you're willing to sit down and talk, we can. Let's just put a stop to the character assassination, and everyone who disagrees with me must be paid by a foreign government, while ignoring China, Pakistan, and Qatar. So he sat down with Alex Jones yesterday and made a very solid point that I think everyone should probably take heed of this.
I think there's a lot of infighting right now going on the right.
Pause.
Whatever form.
Just
of
really
right you
quickly,
want.
we're going to restart it. But compare Hassan Piker and the expensive jewelry, the socialist, to this guy who's a right-winger. I mean, he's got J.C. Penney glasses. He clearly
Hey, come on, that's
got all of his.
crafters.
We mean it
He just got off his shift at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
He's a working
it wouldn't be a hypocrite for this man to have a bunch of
That's,
bling, but it's the socialist.
That's a good little inside joke for some comedy right there. But anyway, yeah. So here's all this. I'm sure this is going to come up, but there's been drama with the quartering, and people are all like, oh, sweeping for Jeremy and whatnot. And it bothers me that people sweep so hard for Andy Worski, who was caught on camera trying to hook up with a minor. He found out that it wasn't actually a minor on the other end. It was, a full-grown man pretending to be one. And Andy Worski was all like, oh, cool, I'm fine with this. He also, has false flagged several channels. Andy Worski, Kino Casino, they have false flagged several channels. So when it happened to them, I was like, I don't care. Oh, good, it happened to them too? Oh, wow. Now, I don't sit here and condone any false flagging or anything like that. I hear that maybe some's still going on. Maybe it's not. I actually don't know because I don't care about the drama. When it got to just being an absolute ape fest of them throwing each other's poo at each other, I was like, I'm out. I don't care about this drama. This is getting stupid. I don't agree with any of the stuff that happened with the incredible salt mine, with what happened to Bering and Dankula. That was garbage. I think Bering and Dankula are in the right 100% on this. That's my take on it, and that's where I'm going to leave, okay? I'm not going to get involved with this drama because there are way too much important things to go on about. I do not care. We have everything going on with Charlie Kirk right now. We've got everything going on in Dearborn, Michigan. We have so much corruption that is happening throughout the United States. I feel like that may be small fry. Now, if things escalate dramatically with this drama, I may not have a choice but to cover it later on. But just know that there is drama that's going on between Jeremy and some other YouTuber, ex-YouTuber, who got kicked off YouTube a long time ago for brandishing a firearm. Or his friend brandished it, but he told him to brandish it. And he was sitting there telling him, pull out the firearm. Then he did, and then they got banned. And he was threatening to pop somebody in California. Not a smart idea. Don't know why he did that, but that was at least 10 years ago, so maybe laws were a little bit more lax in Cali back then. I don't know, were laws a little bit more lax in California in 2016? Well, not really. Dumb mistake. Also, you got to keep in mind that, well, if you look into Andy Worski's co-host that he had, JF, tell you a little too. Not good. Not good at all. Now, it's not worth getting into drama. I like Jeremy's videos. I'm not going to get in the middle of any of this drama. There's no point. Again, we have so much more important stuff to talk about than his beef with another ex-YouTuber. I genuinely don't care. I guess they stream on Kick or whatnot. I do not care enough. If things escalate into something absolutely crazy, if there's fraud, if there's anything like that, maybe we'll have something to care about. But if it stays the way it is right now, I just don't care.
I just think it's an interesting contrast. All right, play it from the top.
Is this
I
all
think there's
AI
a lot of
enhanced?
infighting right now going
What's going on
the
here?
right, whatever form of the right you want to talk about. And, you know, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated brutally, it was a real opportunity to finally defeat the left. And instead, it seems like the right is more focused on infighting and certain foreign countries. And that's why I'm here. I want to try to hopefully
you're good, Ed. We'll see
realign
you here later
together
on, man.
before complete disaster with the midterms and then the 2028 election. When you tweeted, I believe Israel was involved, has that changed? Do you still believe that Israel was involved? Because I think that is the core wedge issue on the right now, when we should be focusing on the left, who is laying back and continues to be demonic and continues to want to.
Is this Alex Jones doing this? What is going on? Is it in the middle of the quarter speaking? He's like, he's just a little Hitler stash on him. What is happening? That's so funny, though, actually.
And they are just gathering power across
That's
this
why he
country.
prints
We
the
see
papers.
Muslims winning elections in Michigan. Texas is being overrun by Muslims. You guys are having more Islamic foot washing stations in there. People aren't talking about that. They're talking about, you know, whether or not the Jews killed Charlie Kirk.
Well,
which
I am
there's absolutely
talking
zero
about
evidence
Islamic.
of.
I am talking about Islamic foot washing stations and the giant Islamic invasion.
You are.
Of Spain.
Yeah.
And then when I do, people go, "Why aren't you just attacking Israel?" I cover China. I cover Israel. I cover the UK trying to pass internet ID laws in the US. I'm against any foreign group manipulating our country.
Me too. But I think when you say stuff like people are mad at me when I say this, it makes me concerned that you're worried about what people think. And that's not the old Alex Jones I know. I have a real concern
That's fair.
with people getting
That's fair.
sucked in to what I believe is a concerted effort to divide the right. And I feel like some people are getting sucked into it because they see all the interaction and they see how popular this stuff is on X. And so they think, well, maybe I'm wrong. They gaslight themselves because, you know, the bot army, I mean, who benefits from dividing the right now? And that's what we should really be asking ourselves, not whether or not Candace Owens' absurd lies about Tyler Robinson are true or not. She should be ignored completely because she is clearly driven to destroy the right.
Ooh, thank you. Amazing. Goulash. I love this stuff so much. This is like peak right here of delicious foods. Yeah, you know, I think Quartering hit I could speak, just not stumble over myself. The Quartering did hit the nail on the head 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Who is going to benefit from us being divided? Who? That is only the left. When we curb stomp the left in the midterms, guys, if you all want to infight after that for the next year, totally fine. Let's agree to disagree during off times. Maybe during midterm season, where we're going to have an election here in the next 3 months, maybe we don't do infighting. Maybe we don't let that come into the forefront. That's probably what we should do. Because right now is the worst possible time for infighting. We're 3 months away from an election, a major election. That is crazy that we're participating in this right now. We need to be focusing on getting Trump everything he needs, at least for this part of the midterms. Even if people disagree with Trump right now, do you think a Democrat will be better? No. It'll be so much worse. Whether you think so or not. Whether people think that Trump has betrayed us or not. A Democrat will betray you so much harder right to your face because they're proud of it. If Trump is betraying us, at least he's not trying to move the goalpost in the... he's not trying to move, essentially the goalpost nearly as fast as the left is. I would rather put my bets behind Trump than I would anybody else at this point in time. That being said, Trump is not betraying this country. People are delusional. They're falling for a left-wing tactic. That's all that's happening. Straight Rippin' for $2 says, new grift idea. Tie Tupac to Israel, easy money. You know, you may have some crazy ideas right there. That may be a crazy time. Wait, Andrew's not going on to Paramount until tomorrow night? Did I misread that? Am I a moron? Oh, shoot. Did I really misread that? Am I... Thursday. Today's not Thursday. You are correct. Crap. Oh, well.
So, let me ask you, genuine question. And I know that we are not going to resolve disagreements here. Certainly not all of them.
Oh, it's so good.
Has this been an eye-opener?
My wife is top
Primaries,
tier chef.
what the left wants, how polling, now we know, has been designed to direct public opinion. Because you could see that as an eye-opener right now and then understand, all right, I'm glad I got the wake-up call early enough because there's still time. If what you want, and I don't mean what you want is the perfect, but what you want and what you understand to be important is to stop the left, the socialist Marxist left, from attaining power to destroy this country. That means woke 2.0. That means open borders again. That means speech laws. Means all of it. You got a wake-up call early enough. Good. Can we have a conversation now? Can it be about, okay, approaches, policy, strategy? Or do you want to keep going down the path of poisoning the well? Charlie Kirk, put yourself back in the moment. Just allow, for the sake of argument, just for a moment. Let's just assume that Candace in the debate, no matter how you think or feel about optics, tone, just assume for a second that Candace willingly admitted she has no evidence of anyone other than Tyler Robinson killing Charlie Kirk. Just assume that for the sake of argument. Put yourself back
she did,
during that day.
Yeah.
That day, what happened, what you thought, how you felt. Was it, let's destroy the conservative movement and the Republican Party? Was it, there's no difference between the right and the left, let's just hand it over? Or was it, we knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
We've seen the violence across the country from the left against the nameless.
We have been saying that this is going to happen for a long, long time. For at least 3 years, we have stated that they are going to attack us openly and proudly. That's exactly what happened. But everybody in the last year has forgotten. Everybody on the Candace Owens side, that is, has completely forgotten that. They're delusional. They think the left can be united with the right. And it's the most unbelievably delusional mindset I've ever seen. That these supposed conservatives think that they have more in common with the person trying to groom your child and become very active with them at an underage age. It's crazy to me that they think they have more in common with that than Donald Trump at the moment. I'm actually genuinely blown away by it. Now, Nurse Terry for the 5 says, Artie, I know you weren't thin on Candace, but please hang on till after the meeting trial plea deal. Then she'll never enter my head again. Oh, don't worry. I'm not, what I mean by I'm cutting Candace Owens down is I am going to cut down my coverage to Candace Owens to 1 10 to 15-minute video a day instead of covering 2 20 to 30-minute videos. I'm going to cut her coverage down so that a way I could squeeze in more important things that are happening in the country and outside of the country. That's essentially my plan, because I've been giving Candace Owens way too much airtime. I'm going to really try and make my streams bigger on Fridays and Saturdays when Candace Owens is not streaming as well. And we're going to focus on a lot more stuff going around on the country. Maybe we're going to also focus on a lot of leftists getting arrested, like body cam and stuff like that, for the fun of it. I'm just going to try and create more airtime for more important matters and put Candace Owens kind of more on a back burner. I will still be covering Candace Owens. She's not going away. And even after the trial, there is still times where I will be covering Candace Owens, because I know she's going to be doing crazy, crazy crap. And I know she's somebody that needs to be watched because she's actively trying to put our country into a socialist state. That is an important enough matter that does warrant my attention. So I'll never be completely done with covering Candace. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to shrink her airtime, because I think she's enjoying having too much airtime from everybody. I don't think she necessarily cares about my channel as much. It's a small channel. But I want to lead by example. I can't be going, everyone else cut down Candace Owens' airtime except for me. No, I got to cut down airtime if I actually believe in that. You know what I mean? And I do believe in that. I think everybody is giving Candace Owens too much attention right now when our country is in peril. Our country's falling apart. Muslims are taking over cities. They call Dearborn, Michigan, an Islamic state. The Muslims are calling Dearborn, Michigan, an Islamic state. That's not okay. That is unbelievably bad. Unbelievably bad. So I can't ignore that. You know what I mean? But thank you so much for that, Nurse Terry. I definitely understand why you would send that. But I do promise you, she's not going away off the channel. I will be covering her. I just need to bring her down a notch, because she's taking way too much of our attention span. She needs to be more of like oh, wow, she got caught doing a really dumb thing, and then we move on from her. We mock her for a bit, and then we move on and talk about the important stuff. I think that's what I need to try and do. I'm just adjusting the channel down to not be so focused on her. She doesn't need to be the center of attention. She needs to just have a little bit of attention on the side. That's kind of my philosophy on it now. But maybe that'll prove to be wrong. Maybe she should be the center of attention. I don't know yet. But I do see she's feeding off of it a lot. And I'm like, oh, this is probably making her a little bit more, feel at least a little bit more important than what she actually is. Because Candace Owens isn't very important. She's not a very important person. She's just a person making very, very, very stupid decisions and making a fool out of the entire Republican movement. She doesn't need to be this prominent. Eric Goss for the $5 says, at least they have proven the horseshoe theory. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, Candace Owens has gone full horseshoe, huh? She gone full circle, you know. Would you take Tucker back temporarily or no? If Tucker Carlson admitted that he's BSing everybody, I would. Everybody deserves forgiveness. If Candace Owens came out and was like, hey, look, I was in a dark place. I took some Democrat money, or I took some money here or there, even if she didn't admit to taking money, if she's like, look, I really messed up by doing this with the Charlie Kirk case, I would give her a chance. I wouldn't trust her, but I would give her a chance to prove herself. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves forgiveness and another chance, but never forget. Never forget. She could always stab you right in the back all over again. So she would never have my trust. Never. But I can forgive, and I could give her a chance. As for trust, I would never give Candace Owens the full ability to stab us in the back again. Never going to happen. I would never, ever, ever forget what she has done. I would always hold that over her head to some degree and be like, oh, you're going this direction? Well, I'm not surprised. You only did this to Charlie Kirk. She wouldn't like what we have to say about it. But I would forgive. I would forgive for sure.
Also blameless. We've been seeing it for years, and now they've done it in plain view. Now they've done it in plain. Yep, no surprise that someone who is radicalized by the left, LGBTQAIP, Antifa, all of that. None of us are surprised that it came to this, and what a tragedy. And this is a moment where we can correct course and go, okay, all right, no more of that.
Yeah.
Is that how you thought? Or did you think, you know what, a few months from now, I'm not going to care that this snuff film becomes a leftist clout-chasing exercise and a drag show. You know what, a couple of months from now, I'm not going to care about any of this so long as people make Israel the center of all of their issues.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of this. You know what, a few months from now, this thing that's happening.
If you would have told me in the month of October that Candace Owens is going to convince a bunch of right-wing people to turn against Trump, I would have absolutely mocked everybody. I would have mocked everyone.
Right, Charlie, you know what? This has inspired me to impeach Donald Trump. Put yourself back there.
Yeah.
Marry it with the undeniable statistical wake-up call of the primaries that you've been seeing. And ask yourself what the path forward is. And I will tell you, even to those who've been awful, open door here where we will have a conversation in good faith as far as how to move forward.
And there we go. Abstract Cats Media for $2 says, trust but verify. Absolutely. Did you mean forgive but verify? Or trust? Well, maybe trust but verify works, huh? My stream just crashed. So it really is just YouTube that crashes. It's not even Rumble. Huh. Well, all right. Yeah. But anyway, alrighty. Let's jump on over to the
I know I would.
because we know she would. Let's jump over to Candace Owens, I guess. Alrighty here. Let's get rid of the full screen maybe, and we'll just do this. I think this will pop up on I'm not used to vertical chat. So hopefully people on the vertical chat can see this a little easier. Alrighty. How far back are we? Okay. We're not very far back on Candace at all, I don't think. 6 minutes far. Okay, yep. There we go. Whew. Is it playing? Oh, no, it's not playing. Sitting here just waiting like a moron.
All right, you guys, happy Wednesday. Have to tell you right at the top here, I am exhausted today. Truly, the child that I am currently growing decided to wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. He was having some description of a dance party in the womb. I mean, 4 a.m. without a care.
Wait, he's not sleep trained? Your fetus is not sleep trained? Woke up at 4 in the morning? Oh, well.
In the world, like unsa, 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 unsa. He was at a club. Late pregnancy gets so weird. I mean, just like at all times, you have to consider another human that is living its own life inside of you, just occupying your space. I was explaining how odd this phenomenon is to my team. And of course, Skylar then thought of the most...
You want to see something real quick? This is Candace Owens chat. It's not that they're against Israel or Zionists. Nope, they hate Jews. There you go. I mean, just full mask off. I mean, nobody's even questioned this. They just say Jew all the time now. And nobody even bothers questioning it. At first it was, no, just Zionists. No, just Israeli. Just Israel. No, just the Israel government. Now it's gone from just the Israel government to just Israelis to just Zionists to Jews. Anybody surprised?
Male-coded analogy. He's like, oh, like this guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, like babies are cuter, but yeah.
Really? You're comparing your baby to Krang? Krang or Krang, right? Krang?
It's like they decide there's no going back to sleep, but somebody's having a dance party inside of you. It was completely crazy. So I am tired. It's strangely accurate.
I know my turtles kind of.
That's what it feels like. Anyway, I got a strange press request today. Blake Neff is now entering the foray He's speaking to reporters and wants everyone to know that I'm just jealous of Erica. How is he a real person? That's what I know. I want to know how Blake Neff exists. What are the laws here governing society?
you're
like, how are you a
incredibly
real person? This
jealous
feels made
of
up. It feels
Erica.
cartoonish. Like, it's like so teenage. Oh, would you say everybody's jealous of Erica? Anybody that critiques her? Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan. This is
just the one that's
consensus.
crying
Is
about,
everyone just
Erica
you're
not
just
being-
jealous? It's like
Just the person that's sitting there crying, going, Erica's not qualified. She's not qualified like I am to run TPUSA.
Mean Girls or something. They're also now pushing the same talking point that I'm now somehow working in coordination or support of, I guess, the aims of Hassan Piker.
Yep,
because
you sure are. I believe
don't
it.
I realize that Charlie died so that we could blame the left, absent any positive evidence, and just unite the party behind the death? I mean, it is unimaginably dark that they keep repeating this talking point and not realizing what it actually conveys. Anyway, I have a surprise for you. Got to get you through this hump day with some more footage. So welcome back to Candace.
All right. We're skipping that. Garbage. Little Jewish dance.
Okay, you know what I realized? For those of you who watched Game of Thrones, yeah, where are my Game of Thrones people on HBO?
The most Christian show on the planet, by the way, right?
I'm so shocked when people say they didn't watch it. It was very good. I mean, maybe not the ending, but a lot of it.
Okay, well, at least she has some common sense. Yeah, that ending was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I'm basically like the Arya Stark character. I can relate to
Hey, are you really now? I bet you are with several different faces, huh?
Arya Stark. Don't worry. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
good,
briefly
great
describe to you.
comparison.
Broadly speaking, okay, great. Game of Thrones is about, you've got these warring kingdoms led by leaders from different realms with all different kinds of personalities, from clinical psychopaths and murderers to honorable households, all competing to be like the ruler of the seven kingdoms. Anyway, this is a spoiler alert ahead. I mean, you've had, I feel like, decades to watch it, so I don't feel bad. But Arya Stark is from the household that conducts matters fairly. There's kind of the household that you root for. There's no tricking and scheming and plotting to try to get to the top. And at the beginning of the series, she's just sort of this happy kid. And she sort of goes through a lot. And her family, while she is on the way there, is attending a wedding in a neighboring kingdom. It's supposed to be a night of celebration that turns into an absolute slaughter. Just as she arrives, suddenly her mother and her brother and his pregnant bride, everyone gets locked into this dining hall and just murdered. Again, it was supposed to be a celebration, murdered. And Arya manages to escape. Now you have to imagine how that messed a young Arya up, looking at her brother being...
It's also a fictional show, so I don't know if it messed her up that much. Probably not to the degree of if it really happened.
paraded around, beheaded, after being betrayed. Can you imagine? I can imagine. I don't know. I can kind of a little bit imagine. That's fantasy. This is real life. Anyway, this sort of reshapes her destiny, her entire purpose. It fashions her purpose, so to speak. While every other character throughout the series is sort of fixated on becoming the ruler of the seven kingdoms via politics.
Yeah, breaking the cycle and all that. Eric Goss for the $5 says, the one old show you could learn more from is the UK satire Yes Minister. Can post search term, that will show you what I mean. That sounds like a good show. Is that like an 80s comedy British show?
Politics and deceit.
I'll look it up.
Arya sort of has this one track mind to avenge what happened that night.
1980. Yep.
Against the
Aren't I good?
liars
I think
who
I've seen
lie
parts of
about
this.
everything for power, are willing to do anything for power. Arya's basically just focused.
Oh, just
because
3
great
seasons.
acts of evil should not just be forgotten about. That's kind of the theme of her character. You shouldn't just move on
Paul
when innocent
Eddington's in
people are murdered. So I resonate with that.
It's the only guy I know, though.
Anyway, yesterday I demonstrated to you all
I'll
that
definitely check it
Terrell
out.
Farnsworth, he lied to me. That's just a fact. He lied to me about not knowing
It's not
how
a fact.
to
You
send a
haven't proven
clip.
it.
Crazy that he even said that. Also,
Yep. Prove that he lied to you, Candace.
about a fear that Google was going to
Any
hack
proof would
him,
work.
double lie. And that hurts me because I
prove it.
actually came into that conversation so genuinely. I was like, once I speak to him, I can clarify matters
break
for
an arm,
people because I
Candace.
know who that is. And he's been on Charlie's team for 10 years and he'll clear this up. And then I'll use my platform to explain to everyone what actually happened. And I should also tell you that after I had that strange conversation with him and didn't feel good about it, I repeatedly expressed that to Andrew Colvett in the days that followed because I trusted Andrew Colvett, crazy Candace at this time, and was kind of saying to him, I said to him explicitly, you guys should just release that back footage. I don't understand. Now that I've seen it and there's no gore, what is the issue with just releasing the back footage? Remove suspicion. Why live with the public wrongly believing that you had anything to do with the assassination if you quite literally hold the means to dispel those rumors? I would have released that footage so quickly. Same day. Footage is already going on around. This is not gory. Here you guys go. Sadly, alas, Andrew told me that they couldn't because of law enforcement. Here's a text chain from September 24th. I said, something that I can't get off my mind is why was Terrell there hovering around Charlie? I've literally never done any campus event where Terrell is just hovering behind us like that. It's just so odd to me that he's there.
They were also live streaming to Facebook that day. I don't know if you forgot about that, Candace. Oh, I know you haven't forgotten about it. You've kind of brought it up every now and then, but then you pretend like you forget again.
And constantly hovering. He came back and said, I have zero concern about Terrell. He's done that at a lot of events. Okay. And he usually starts the tour seasons to make sure they are well set up. It seems to us that was new as we went back and looked at.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So Eric Goss for the 5 told me to put this into Gemini, so I did that. The central joke of the series is that while elected politicians officially hold the power, the deeply entrenched civil service actually runs the country by quietly steering, confusing, and managing their ministers. Okay. So Sir Humphrey's job is a high-ranking bureaucrat. Sir Humphrey's jobs are distinct from the elected political roles. The job actually entailed the non-elected permanent operational head of the government department. While ministers come and go with elections, permanent secretaries stay for years. Theoretically, his job is to help the minister implement policies. In reality, Sir Humphrey uses it to block any changes that threaten the civil service. Okay. That is, man, that's like a show that just predicted the entire future of how our country's going to be ran. Wild, huh? And that came out only 4 years before 1984. When was 1984 written? It was written in 62, right? I think when was written? 49. It's a little older than I thought it was. Okay. I thought Fahrenheit 451 was older than 1984. I thought it was much older. 451 written. 1950. Yeah. Wow, it's only 1 year apart. I didn't know that Fahrenheit 451 was written after 1984. I thought 1984 was written in 1962. Boy, does that ever sound absolutely confusing for people who don't know what I'm talking about.
It's certainly not any tour I've been on. I said back to him, I don't get why not just release the footage then. It's just such
Crazy.
a
No,
nonsense.
it sounds like
not
a great show, man. I'm going to check
your
it
name.
out.
Like if the whole
Pretty
world
sure I've seen
suspected that I
clips.
was implicated in a crime and I had literal video footage that could clear my name, I would immediately release it. I don't get the logic.
Candace, you have much video evidence that you could prove any of your claims, but you don't.
And he said, that's in the preview of law enforcement. He meant in the purview.
Meaning she has nothing.
Of law enforcement. Again, it's difficult for me to imagine accepting, if it was in the purview of law enforcement, accepting a scenario where I would not just release or at the very least attempt to leak footage that would clear my name. I mean, could you imagine? It's like, I literally have footage that I didn't do this thing that people think I did or think that I was being weird at. And just like law enforcement's like, yeah, but don't release that. Why would they say that?
I kind of have to help out with the family since they all have they're all a little sick. The girls, my youngest is starting to get better already. But, with that going around, it kind of sucks.
Also, what right would the federal government or responding officers in Utah have to your personal property outside of a warrant? Everyone was posting clips from their phones. Everyone was recording that day. That's actually how we all watched Charlie's final moments, right? People were recording it. A police officer can't just go up to you and say, your phone is now in the purview of law enforcement. They can certainly ask you to share the footage willingly, and you can and should comply with that if it's helpful to find a criminal. I know I would. I'd say, like, yeah, here you go. How can I help? I want to help solve this. But they can't demand it without a warrant, right? Am I missing something here? Yesterday we showed you that Terrell.
That depends. That absolutely depends. it really does depend on certain situations. If you're there in the middle of the crime scene, then yes, they can. If not, and they think that you were there earlier, then I think at that point they would either need a warrant or have to ask your permission. I think if you're there, though, on the crime scene, and your device is, obviously present, I think they can be like, I need to see the video now. And I think they could get it if they wanted to in the purview of that crime scene. Which is why when they saw that TPUSA was recording, why would they bother getting anybody's cell phone whenever they have multiple camera angles? Well, of course, at that point in time, they're going to want all that footage.
Pocketed that SD card. We were all wondering what he did with it, and he pocketed it before he began texting on his phone, his mannerisms, or he's looking around. It's hard to forget that he is the first one who declared Charlie is dead. And then all of that within 4 minutes. He's taken that footage down, 4 to 5 minutes. He's around the bend, got it in his pocket, texting. Well, today we can share with you my very own October surprise. I call it an October surprise.
In August?
Because I've had it since October. I've been interested in
Oh,
Terrell
wow.
since
Go
October.
figure.
Well, since September when I spoke to him.
Trickle out
it just
that
felt
evidence.
Off. Intuition. And like I said,
That's true. 1984 is a
good
Van
guys in
Halen
government.
album. You are correct.
Working behind the scenes.
Good album.
And what I learned is that after he pocketed that, he then pretty immediately opened up his laptop. And apparently, in my opinion, that's what I observed with my eyes, sticks the SD card in. For what reason, I don't know, but I'll let you make up your own mind. Take a look. If you're listening to this on audio, here is Terrell. He's bending down and he's opening his laptop, and he's certainly sticking something into his laptop as he turns on to this
could be the
computer.
SD card.
He's reaching in his phone. He's texting with somebody. And yes, some people might be noting that Lane Schoenberger's on the side washing his hands. That makes sense. Don't think too hard about it. He did help carry Charlie into the car, so he's likely just getting blood off of his hands as any person would after that. But you see Terrell, and again, he's texting. He picks up the laptop, and
you do realize, Candace, that every single person standing over here would have to be in on it, right? If that's what's going down, everybody here would have to be in on it.
What happens thereafter is he sits facing the other direction and continues onto his laptop, doing what I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like I said, he's first to declare that Charlie is dead because he says he was right there. He just saw, and that was likely going to be the conclusion. Okay, I accept that. He then immediately processes that or goes to grab SD cards, one SD card, puts it into his pocket, races to his laptop. This is all happening.
You don't actually see him put it in his pocket at all. So you just kind of made that up. You could be right, but you did make it up.
Within 10 minutes of Charlie getting hit. 10 minutes of Charlie getting hit.
Okay.
According to my source in government, which I trust. I trust.
Okay.
This person. I've trusted
Joe
this person
Kent,
for a while.
you really trust him. I know.
Any of that feel normal to you? Filming yourself, running, securing, particularly at first, the SD card from behind Charlie's head, looking both ways, putting it in your pocket, grabbing your laptop.
You didn't see him put it in his pocket, though. You saw him reach down in his pocket and pull a phone. But I don't know if he put the SD card there or not. I don't know if he had it in his hand the whole time. We actually don't see that.
And
I
allegedly,
hate when she
maybe
paints
it looks to
pictures
be
with
like
things that she can't
putting
see.
that SD card into that laptop. Why? You've secured it. We were told from Andrew he was doing this because people can be evil. Okay? Why do you need to get it on your laptop? Because people can be evil. What's going to happen? It's in your pocket. Why can't you just hand that over?
I don't know. Maybe he had an agent come up and watch the laptop and he was like, hey, I can replay all this video right here. Bam, put it in here, gets it ready. And they're like, maybe we can find where the killer ran. Maybe they already had intel at that point in time that the killer has run off. And at that point in time, maybe they're like, maybe this caught something. We have no idea. Could also be that he's a evil guy that's been plotting Charlie's murder for 10 years. The cameraman. The evil cameraman that was behind it the whole time. Yeah, I doubt it. I bet for working for TPUSA for 10 years, do you really think that a guy working there for that long would be so easily bought out or tricked into murdering Charlie? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
over to the police if it's evidence and you're trying to be helpful. Just hand the SD card over to the police. They were there. I mean, that's the Turning Point USA narrative, that he was just grabbing SD cards to secure the evidence. But he had already secured it. Why do we now need a laptop?
To show them to what are
Law
you gonna
enforcement.
do? How do you play back a video, Candace? How are you going to play back a video on that card if it's not in something?
Again, I would like to stress, they know how to use an SD card. The feds know how to use an SD card. The SBI knows how to use an SD card. The local police, the UVU,
They sure
everybody
do.
knows how to use an SD card. I can
Do
guarantee
they all carry laptops on them to look for the suspect?
you that.
Suspect
not for
was
me to
gone for
decide
33
the why,
hours.
Right. I'm just being transparent. My goal is just transparency. Now, were I Andrew Colvett, I would be upset that Terrell perhaps
And here we go again, like, just right here. Bam, highlighted in the gray. It's the Jews. There we go. You got your answer there, Candace.
misrepresented his aims. I'd also would maybe like to know why he appears to be so nervous, who he's texting as he keeps doing this with. It's just a lot of texting in between.
Silly now.
We can't infer. Well, we can under Utah 1102. We can infer. You could say, like, is somebody telling him what to do? Grab that camera, do this, upload it. We can ask questions.
Cool.
Is Andrew Colvett going to ask questions? Nah.
don't
I'm
know,
going to
is he?
imagine, Aaron, that Andrew won't be too bothered by it at all. He's going to instead issue another round of attacks on me. That's my guess.
No, he's going to defend himself.
But the reality is that
Oh,
we
I
were
could
told
fool-
that there was nothing special about the camera behind Charlie's
Oh,
head. And I would argue
that?
that there clearly was. So special, in fact, that I'm now going to demonstrate to you something that I didn't catch earlier. Terrell actually steps over the camera, which was designated to capture the crowd, the camera that was being operated behind Charlie, that's kind of on that little turntable, if you will. He steps over that
Oh my God, this is such
camera
a waste of time.
to get to the...
Candace, you could have shown this footage and talked about this almost a year ago.
camera
Are you
behind Charlie's
kidding me?
head.
So,
Again, I hadn't
cool, he
realized it
steps
before. So
over
remember, we had
something. I'm
showed you
glad
this
we
camera
figured this
diagram
out now.
to give you a visual here. Here it is again. So we have red, camera behind his head, and yellow. I want to point that one out. That camera, the yellow one, is going to fall. Pay attention to it. It goes down, actually, right after Charlie is taken away. It sort of just gets knocked. And again, according to Terrell's 1102 statement, we know that that's filming the audience, in particular, the individuals that are asking questions. So it's going to fall to the ground. I'll show you that right now. It might be again because it seems to be on a rotator. Bam. Okay. So it's just under now. It's just under the footage behind Charlie's head. So when Terrell appears...
So you mean to tell me that the least important camera that was zoomed in on the guy that was speaking, that wouldn't have showed the rest of the crowd at all? Because we know for a fact the person that was speaking with Charlie right there was not the one who pulled the trigger. So why would they want that footage? Why would that help? Retus Maximus, welcome as a mega troll. Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Approximately 3 minutes later,
Genuinely, thank you.
to take the SD card from the camera behind Charlie's head, he steps over it. Steps over the yellow camera.
Yeah, but
And
it doesn't
therefore, he is
show
stepping
Charlie.
over its encompassed SD card. And then he disappears behind the tent. Take a look at that. It's on the floor. It's right there.
Yeah.
You see him take the camera down. He just steps right over it.
Yes.
So if Andrew's narrative, which was shared, is that he was concerned about grabbing the SD cards, why did we step over and leave that one?
Because that one is zoomed in on a single person and you can't see anything else.
And take the one behind his head.
The one
Which
behind
certainly
his
wasn't
head's a
facing
wide
Rosie
angle.
Center. Why not just grab them both? Right there. Boom, boom. Worried about people stealing, particularly these SD cards? Okay. Grab them both back to back.
Not these SD cards that may have found the shooter. You want to get the wide angle lenses.
Grab all three right in that moment. He didn't do that. I feel these are fair questions. And for clarity, because it cannot be overstated enough, all we are seeking are clear answers from the organization that Charlie built, okay? We are not asking for people to be harassed, even though they are seeding the narrative and asking their media friends to put articles like I'm some digital assassin for sharing the truth, which they claim to want. No, we don't want anybody to get hurt. We just want you guys to be honest. I also want to say this. Public lies, or let's assume they aren't lies, actually. Let's say they are just honest mistakes with no ill intent. They still need to be addressed publicly. They deserve to be treated with the same public attention, the same public accountability, especially from an organization that exists as a charity.
They've already given their explanation.
Right? They rely upon our goodwill.
You didn't like their
As an example, when
explanation.
Erica publicly stated with confidence on Glenn Beck's show that Charlie was not sending text messages the night before, signaling that he was worried he was going to be killed, it then becomes incumbent upon Erica herself to correct the record publicly when we learn that that isn't true. That's how you build goodwill with the public. Take accountability. Like when we make honest mistakes on the show, we always own them. We always correct.
No, you don't, because you've been proven wrong, and you still haven't taken down Tyler Robinson being at that restaurant on your timeline. You were totally debunked on that, and you refused to admit you were wrong. So what are you talking about?
Them as
we actually got you on the Egyptian planes as well. The Egyptian planes were completely bunk. You ended up taking down the Egyptian flight logs. You said you would put them back up on your website. You've never done that. You said you would do that December 15th. You said you would do that. It is now August. What do you mean that you own all the mistakes? No, you do not. You liar.
Immediately as we have more information, as publicly as when we first asserted them. When it comes to Turning Point USA, it's just amazing. It feels like we're just being perpetually gaslit by them. We're offered a biblical proverb. Like, how dare you even ask us to explain why what we told you before is completely inconsistent with what we're saying now? They're just suggesting that we're evil for noticing these various inconsistencies and illogical points that are being presented by them. Why?
No one's accused you of that. We've called you evil because you called Erica Kirk a Black Widow. You said TPUSA is covering up the crime. You said that there are so many people in on it. You said Israel and Erica. Just last episode, you said that everybody, or like, nobody believed that, how did she phrase it? How did she exactly phrase it? Let me, I can just go back to it. It's like the very last sentence on her live stream. The way that she's like, Erica and Israel, da-da-da-da-da, garbage, they did it, whatever. But let's see how she accuses them. Let's see. Israel. It says down here on the, look at this. This is really stupid, right? I almost missed over this whenever I did the episode today. It says the obvious focus, Israel and America, but she says Erica, not America. And you'll hear it for yourself right here. It's really ridiculous. Here we go.
Case, yeah, that was the obvious focus, Israel and Erica, which then puts a spotlight on Israel and Erica because you don't want to debate the case, but you just want to say, but it's not Israel and Erica. Why can't they comprehend that? Why is it?
See, she's saying Israel and Erica, but for some reason the AI said Israel and America. But anyway, just straight up blaming Israel and America in her very last episode, but then claims that she never does that.
I don't know if it needs reminding, but in this country, it is innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
So why does it seem that Turning Point USA and the representatives and their affiliates are so hell-bent on sending a 22-year-old young man to his death? He's up for
They never said that they were doing that. They said they believe they got the right guy. They can believe all they want, Candace. You said that you're allowed to believe whatever you want, but they're not allowed to believe what they want? See, this is you attacking them for their belief. Not one time has any one of these people came out and said Tyler Robinson 100% did it. They've never said that. They said they believe they got their man. They believe Tyler Robinson did it is a lot different than saying Tyler Robinson did do it.
For the death sentence. Why are they bringing influencers into the courtroom? Why are they as Blake Neff has done repeatedly, completely misrepresenting court filings to the public in order to do just that?
He didn't.
To assert that Tyler Robinson is guilty.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tweet, by the way, from just this morning from Blakey. He's already been community noted on it for its intentional misrepresentation. He just lies and misrepresents, and we're the bad guys for noticing that he's doing it. This is what the tweet read. He wrote,
I hope you read the community note.
Utah prosecutors have responded to Tyler Robinson's defense filing ahead of the final preliminary hearing and confirms what observers pointed out about that filing. The defense is very conspicuously not contesting any of the core evidence showing Tyler Robinson committed the murder. They don't contest the camera footage, the DNA, the rifle, the cause of death, or Tyler's phone data. All they have is a complaint about reliable hearsay, which won't apply at the full trial anyway, and then attacks on the aggravating factors. If there was any merit at all to any of the theories that Candace and them have pushed the last 11 months, why didn't the defense bring them up? And he gets community noted before I can even reply, because it's stunning to me that he thinks he can get away with this. It says,
Candace is not going to read this. I bet you anything she just reads this community note here, and then she doesn't read the intro at all.
Preliminary hearings decide only probable cause. Under the Utah 1102 standard, reliable hearsay is allowed. Defense counsel often skip alternative theories to avoid previewing their strategy before the trial. Silence does not prove that those theories lack merit. Okay, that is correct. I'm going to explain this to you actually thoroughly.
Told you. No. We don't need you to explain anything, Candace. You could have just read the thing. You could have just read it and you chose not to. Defendant does not challenge the substance of evidence demonstrating that he was the person who crawled to the sniper's perch on the Losey building rooftop, fired the fatal shot that ended Mr. Charlie Kirk, hid the rifle in a wooded area, got rid of some of the clothing he was wearing, and told his roommate to delete their texts about the shooting. It's directly what it says. Candace Owens is not going to tell her audience that because her audience wouldn't want to hear it anyway, and why bother telling them the truth?
Early, because maybe you're a person who isn't involved in lawsuits. And that's what Blake Neff is banking on when he lies. That's what they're banking on when they take stuff from these filings and they present it to the public. They go, I hope these public know anything about how legal filings work, okay? Yes, preliminary hearings are not about discovering guilt or innocence. It is about arguing whether or not the filing itself is defective, okay?
Okay.
Like, is there something wrong with this filing that makes it so I don't even have to argue? So the prosecution is coming in and they are going to state, look what I say he did.
This
right?
is just pure
In
cope.
Tyler Robinson's case, here are the 7 charges which we think we have enough evidence to move forward with.
Read the file.
The defense then takes a look and they say, wait a minute. 3 of these charges are so ludicrous on their face that the courts should just readily dismiss them from this filing without us even wasting time or money having to respond to them. Like, that's what a filing to dismiss means. It's you, if you're the defense, saying to the judge, the magistrate, Your Honor, I shouldn't even be forced to waste money responding to this filing in part or in whole because it's defective. There's something wrong with it. And you,
read it.
Your Honor, based on the current laws that are on the books, have it within your capacity to just outright dismiss this. Right?
All your Candace here.
Understand
She's
basically there are certain causes of action. If they're civil charges, if they're criminal, that should just be readily dismissed, Your Honor. So I can give you an example that happened recently that you guys will recall because we were on top of the Blake Lively
Attorney
and Justin
General
Baldoni
Candace
and
Owens
legal
here
saga.
doing all
Remember,
of
initially
God's
Blake
work.
Lively sued with 13 causes of action against
I don't
Justin
care
Baldoni.
about Blake Lively. I want you to read it.
Is Justin Baldoni. He's going to file for a dismissal. And the court came back and decided, actually, yes, Justin, you're correct that 10 of these causes of action are inactionable. It's defective. And I'm therefore going to outright dismiss them before we even go to trial. So in theory, if they had not settled, Blake and Justin would have been left just arguing 3 of the charges. Okay. Same with me and Brian Harpole. There's another example. Again, these are civil examples. He filed a lawsuit. We went over it. It carried with it a long series of claims. We don't want to argue every single one of these claims. Of course, we don't want to argue every single one of these claims. Some of these are just ridiculous. We filed our dismissal. Like, I went through them with you and was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This doesn't make sense. As just one example of one of the things that he's accusing me of, we went back and we said, hey, Your Honor, some of these claims are wrong. You have it within your capacity to look at current laws on the books.
For a full dismissal.
One being opinion is protected speech. So he's suing me for saying I found his interview with Sean Ryan to be unconvincing. That's my constitutional right to think. I'm not arguing with him about that, right? That's what I'm saying to the judge. Right? I don't want to argue with this guy about this. Can we just get rid of this? I don't spend money having to write a response to that. And so the judge will look at that and they'll say, yeah, or they'll say no and say why it's a no. But maybe that is protected speech. Get rid of that. We're not arguing the substance of the case yet. We're dealing with perceived defects in the filing itself that we believe the magistrate can take a look at and get rid of what's just essentially junk. It's in every single case, whether civil or criminal, has this stage. So a lot of times there's people online going, oh my gosh, Candace filed a dismissal. They did this recently with like the Brigitte Macron one. It's like, yeah, did you read it? Well, obviously we don't want to argue with Brigitte over all of these things that are just fundamentally, I'm saying to the court, she's not even supposed to be here. It's one of our arguments. She's not even supposed to be here. What are we even talking about? She's in Delaware. I'm in Tennessee. I mean, she's in France, but she's shopping in Delaware, but I'm in Tennessee. That's
where your business is. It's in Delaware. We've already looked this up. We've already went over this.
But it means you're arguing something before you even get to anything.
That's where you put your business.
You have a judge that's going to act as a magistrate and to look at that. So I want you to know that they are intentionally
you know?
lying and misrepresenting when they say this. We have not heard anything. We are not supposed to, at this stage, hear what Tyler Robinson thinks about the text messages, as an example. So we again have to ask the question, why do they do this? Why are they doing this? Why, if the evidence is truly so overwhelming that influencers wanted to pass away, they were just passing out on the side of the road outside of the courthouse from the overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson is guilty. Why, right, which, by the way, that's been expressed from this organization, Turning Point USA, since the moment Erica forgave Tyler Robinson on the stage. When you forgive, it is because somebody has done something wrong. Why do they need to continually misrepresent the filings? Why does it seem to the public that Andrew Wilson was actually sent here to try to entrap me into a defamation lawsuit? The language, his face, the way he was trying to fill in the blanks on what I could mean when I said complicit. Why are they intent on punishing the public, me, for noticing? Why did we all simultaneously get that feeling?
They're after me. It's always Team USA.
This debate wasn't actually about debating the case.
Her brain.
It was about tricking me in many ways for about an hour and a half.
No.
Like they needed me to clearly accuse Erica of killing her husband because they know that I've never actually done that. They wanted to get me. Oh, when you said
You have directly done that multiple times, including your last episode.
you said straight to jail. Out of context, they're seemingly also working with journalists to try to get that narrative out there so they can maybe point in a lawsuit and go, see, this article, even though we were kind of behind it against Candace, shows that most people just thought she was accusing Erica said that in her speech. Candace is accusing me of killing my husband when she was dressed like Janet Jackson.
You did directly accuse her.
It's factually false.
Yeah.
She knows it's factually false. Why
What's
are
a
they
Black
asserting
Widow?
that narrative?
What's a Black Widow?
I've been very clear. I think she is wrong. I think
Black
what
Widow.
she has done to the organization has been abysmal. I think it betrays
Crazy.
Charlie's legacy. She's partnering with his
delusional.
enemies. I think she is certainly complicit in helping to seed the narrative that Tyler Robinson is guilty or was guilty before we even got to the probative hearing. The vice president, I also said, was complicit in that when he was on stage at Turning Point USA talking about Tyler Robinson. You're the vice president. How does that not sway the jury? How are you allowed to do that? Do you not believe that people should be innocent until they are proven guilty? And we called him out on that.
Yeah, we do.
I'm sorry if everybody hates our Constitution. All of a sudden, it's pretty clear.
They've never, ever once said that Tyler Robinson shouldn't get a trial. What are you talking about? This is just insane cope. They are for the trial. They keep saying, hey, everything will come out with the trial. And then she's like, oh, they're not for innocent until proven guilty. And it's like, what are you talking about? They're the only ones pushing for a trial. And you're saying that he's innocent. You have made the claim that Tyler Robinson is innocent so many times. So many times. It's not even funny. Like, I'll show you. I will show you Candace Owens admitting that Tyler Robinson is innocent, which is not very much in line with somebody who believes in court. You know what I mean? Let's see. What's this? August 10th. Oh, wait. I'm on Candace Owens' channel. Oops. I thought I was on mine for some reason here. I'll scroll down here. Let me get a couple of these super chats here. Marshawn is it Marshawn? I believe. $20 says, hey, Artie. Great work. It seems like she tries to bait TPUSA folks for content. Erica ignores her, and this upsets her to no end. Exactly. That is exactly right, which is why I want to give Candace, I've noticed that. It's kind of why I want to give Candace a lot less airtime now, because I know it makes her angry to not get the airtime. You know what I mean? Oh, Matthew. Yeah, thank you for that, man. Dude, I've seen you on here a few times, and you're dope AF, so glad I came back across it. I'm going to subscribe now. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Man, thank you. Thank you so much for that, Marshawn. I really appreciate that, man. You're awesome. Intense Subject for $5 says, I want to know how many level-headed Candace Owens viewers Andrew managed to poach. N1SB, absolutely. I hope he has. I really hope he has poached some, you know. Thank you again so much. Mike Attitude saying we don't need proof. We know she's being a hypocrite. Absolutely. Yeah. 103,000 people watching Candace Owens. I'm sure most of her views are botted. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It really doesn't make sense to me at all. How many people could just fall for something that, you know, with no evidence whatsoever? That's what's just disgusting about it. Anyway, let's go, let's see. Where is it? I wonder if I retweeted it, like with a message in it. Was it this? Nope. Where is it? Oh, here's my butt. Got a nice smoked pork butt. Well, that was pre-smoked, but yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It's probably under replies then. It's going to take so much longer than I thought it would. Sorry, guys. I'll get this really quickly. I will get it, though. Candace Owens has these stupid braids. It's really easy to see. What's this? Like, course of toxic behavior? What is this? I don't know. Here it is, right here.
It definitely is time. And I again want to remind you guys of how evil it is that these people watched an innocent man be assassinated. And now they are demanding that another innocent man be assassinated. Tyler Robinson is up for thing up. It's time. It definitely is time. And I again.
Oh, it ends quickly. She said Tyler Robinson is up for the death penalty. And they're going to put him down is what she says after that. I don't know why this clip could have been like 25 seconds long. Just, you know, to leave that context in there. But that was a very, very, very recent. This was a very recent live stream. She's absolutely called Tyler Robinson innocent. Like, beyond the shadow of a doubt to her, he is 100% innocent. That's her claim. But, you know, don't let the facts get in the way of our feelings, I guess. The Wholesome Grail I almost thought it was the wholesome gal. The wholesome grail for $10 says, in my opinion, it's a massive bot network. I didn't believe the bot accusations until I clicked on the comment section of the Hills short about the debate. And wow, entirely botted Candace Owens support. Yeah, there's a lot of bots. You can always tell because they'll say the same things over and over and over again. It's crazy.
The rule is you're
Thank you
innocent
so much
until
for
you're
that,
proven
man.
guilty.
Thank you.
And
Or
at
lady.
the moment, I think a lot of people are wondering
Sometimes I
why
forget to say
an organization which purports to carry on the legacy
When I say man, I say it to
of
women too.
conservative
I just do.
politics is suddenly so staunchly
Same with
averse to that.
dude.
Staunchly averse to the idea that maybe he could be innocent. Why does that make them angry?
Doesn't.
Anyway,
He
we'll
could
be right
be
back
innocent.
after a break.
It's
All right, guys, do
possible.
you feel like you're working harder than ever, but still payments are
I can't help myself sometimes, guys. Sorry.
And the checkout.
There we go.
One of the things I think that we have demonstrated on this show is that a lot of people rushed and established narratives that they just won't let go of, even in with overwhelming evidence, actually,
You are,
that
dude.
they're
Okay,
not true.
cool,
And
cool.
this early narrative that
Just making
Tyler
sure.
Robinson's
Thank you, man.
parents turned him in, that Tyler Robinson's parents were, thought he was guilty. They have not produced any proof of that. And I made a great effort to explain to Andrew Wilson where he got that from, how at that stage the reliable hearsay was being allowed as they wrote up the charging document, but we
The Wholesome
cannot
Grail sounds like a
tell
metal
from the
band,
charging
like a
document, which
parody
seems
metal
to be the
band.
basis for all of those rumors,
Not gonna lie.
whether or not they heard that from
I'd be
Mike
down
Mitchell,
for
this
that.
character that we have told you, who seems to be the one quarterbacking everything against Tyler Robinson, the family friend who Sheriff Brooksby was like, I got a call from Mike Mitchell saying that, Tyler Robinson was the guy. And then we have
Okay.
Mike Mitchell being the one who went over to the parents' house. Well, somebody on X actually bumped this, and I did not realize, and I obviously shared with you guys, I had a source within the Robinson family orbit who was very clear on this, that it was not true, that Matt Robinson did not think his son was guilty, that Mike Mitchell was the person who quarterbacked a lot of this, and
Is there any
that
proof?
things were being intentionally misrepresented in the media. Well, yeah,
There's
this person
proof.
pointed to me on X that
Myself
actually
here.
Trump told the truth. Trump went on Fox and Friends in the immediate aftermath of Tyler Robinson being arrested and explained to the public exactly what we have been saying, that Mike
Well, let's see this then. Leanne Black for the 20. Thank you so much for that. Just wanted to make sure to get a quick thank you in on that. Thank you so much. Could have said something if you wanted,
Mitchell
but
was
thank
the
you.
one who thought that he recognized Tyler Robinson from the stairwell photo. And then, as we said, he is the one that then contacted the parents. And who knows what happened thereafter? Maybe he then says he showed the mom and said, don't you think it kind of looks like him? And the mom said yes. And then when he later on wrote his statement, he was like, I showed this to Amber Robinson, and she said that it could be him or something. And that's what they then used in their filing when they went and the charging
Ooh, look at
document,
this
rather, which was
interesting
signed off.
super chat real quick, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I'm a Candace leaning leftist. I think that tells us all we need to know, huh? Doesn't it?
Right, Brian Davis. That is all a plausibility. We don't know at this juncture. But I do want to show you. I want to show you on Rewind what Trump said. Take a listen.
Somebody that's close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, and went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister.
He's describing Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell is not
Okay.
just his Boy Scout leader. He's not just the former
Maybe he's describing Mike Mitchell. That's your opinion.
police officer, undercover police officer, and all the evidence points to the fact that he did work undercover in sex crimes, which is a running theme in the story. But he is also a minister at the Mormon church.
Oh, hello,
It was
Yanuka.
him that recognized Tyler
Yanuka?
Robinson and got the ball
Was it?
rolling, which I have been saying from the beginning.
Israel.
And they
Hello?
just keep coming out with a narrative and saying, oh, that's not true. It's just like, oh, yeah, it's the
I think
mom.
you're like the third person that on here that is from Israel. Heck yeah. Glad to see an Israeli in here. That's kind of cool. Pretty neat. Now I got to fill it all up with a bunch of Qataris and get all that money, huh?
It's the dad.
Unless you have those
And
7K
I'm going,
shekels
if mom
for
and
me,
dad turned him
I'll take
in,
those
why
too.
didn't they just sign a statement? Why wouldn't they present this at the preliminary hearing?
Let's
Again,
double
this is
dip.
an easy thing to have
Qatari bucks
debunked.
and shekels.
They're putting on their case.
What are Qatari dollars
In a
called?
probative hearing, they could just go, and here we have her on camera saying that her son is guilty, or Matt Robinson saying that his son is guilty. He brought him in. They just keep lying about this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Are we to believe that Trump didn't have solid information when he presented that? Clearly he did. He knew all
Are
the facts
we
about who
all?
Mike Mitchell was
Okay.
and what his contribution was
some
to the
reals
story,
and
and I
some
had not even
shekels.
seen that, and I had told you guys
So
this
I'm
exact
dumb.
same narrative. So I do want to point that out to you because it's just a fact of this case that they keep continuing to lie about and severely misrepresent.
real
because that is,
shekels.
the way that they do things. I also see that they are now pushing this idea that I am united with Hassan Piker. He is a streamer on the left, and I learned in this clip that I'm about to show you that Blake Neff tweeted because it's their new line of attack against me. Here's what Blake Neff wrote.
Oh yeah, it's their line of attack. I'm sure it's our line of attack on you. Yeah, no, Hassan didn't come out and just totally praise you and absolutely like side with you on everything you're doing. No, that was our fault that happened. Okay.
Hassan Piker is openly celebrating Candace Owens, calling her a queen because she single-handedly undermined the effort to martyrize Charlie to go after the violent radical left. Hassan says that Tyler Robinson probably did it, but my heart says go Candace go because she is helping the left so much. The radical pro-violence left is exactly what a gift Candace and her
for the
ilk
most part
are
half
to
native, half
them.
white.
Okay. So
I get weird skin.
I would like to actually hear or have you guys hear what Hassan Piker said. And I would like to respond to this since they're all pushing this around because, we're supposed to accept the Fed slop of left versus right. And again, you're going to hear him say that I've had him blocked for years. So it's even more ridiculous that they're trying to pretend or allude to the idea of this partnership between me and Hassan Piker. But take a listen to what he says.
Turn some brightness down.
I can't speak out against this queen because this is a queen that successfully and single-handedly undermined the Republican initiative to martyrize Charlie Kirk and use that example to crack down on political dissent.
Wrong way.
She
Go full black and
dropped
white.
a grenade on the discourse. You understand? So I'm with her. It's hard. It's hard for me. My brain says, no, it's probably Tyler Robinson. But my heart says, go, Candace, go. Keep cooking. Does that make sense? I can't like her tweets because she blocked me many, many years ago. This is before she became our hero. Okay? Many years ago,
before
Candace
she
Owens
became a hero.
I've not been a fan of Candace Owens. I am a fan now.
For some reason, bumped my saturation up way too high. Will you?
I'm not exactly sure what I am supposed to have a problem with. And this is kind of the running themes of what we are seeing in Brandy Zajazny's article is that essentially they are saying Candace ruined an opportunity to pin this on the left, however wrongly, to unite the Republican, to create this sort of Republican initiative to just start attacking the left, however wrongly, doesn't really matter, after Republicans were kind of fractured because people actually care about pedophilia.
They weren't fractured at all. We weren't fractured until December by you. We were united from the moment Charlie got shot all the way to December 1st or 2nd or 3rd, somewhere right around there. That's when it all went down. Very simple. We were united for a good amount, for about 2 or 3 months, I'd say we were hardcore united. Now you came in, you ripped the entire right wing in half, and Hassan is praising you, and you're like, oh, well, they're full of crap. They're just full of crap. It's like, Candace, our eyes are not lying to us, are they? You really want us to believe that we can't see with our own two eyes what's happening? That's a Candace quote.
On the right, the Epstein files mattered. And we weren't accepting this idea. Get focused, midterms are around the corner, ignore the Epstein files. We said, no, we are not going to ignore children being harmed. We're not going to see ourselves as just Trump supporters who should be supporting him no matter what, even when he effectively ran. You could certainly say
Trump's the only one who's ever released the files. Epstein was around since Bush. Known about since George Bush. Biden had 4 years to release the files, and here you are supporting his son. They could have released all of that, but they didn't. You know who did finally release files? Trump. He's the only president to release anything about Epstein, period. You had Bush, you had Obama, you had Trump in his first term. At the end of his first term, Epstein gets ended. Biden's there for 4 years. He could have released it, and we were begging for him to. And then year 1, month 3 of Trump, second term, they get released, and you're complaining about it.
Vance, everyone around him constantly said, as soon as we get in there, here's what we're going to do with the Epstein files, Kash Patel. His administration was running on something that we cared about. This is what they're essentially saying. They're saying you ruined an opportunity to, however wrongly, have us unite around Charlie's death and stomp out the left for something that they didn't actually do. Now, here's what I'm going to say and offer back to the left.
So you're saying straight up, you know for a fact the left never did anything to Charlie. So much for that innocent until proven guilty theory. But okay. Bearded hick. Not bearded chick, my bad. The D on there does look like a C when it's all lowercase to a degree. The bearded hick for $10 says, did Candace in Charlie? Hey, you never know. You never know. We're just asking questions. Thank you so much for that, man. And then we got, hold on. For $5 here, we got Jacqueline Brennan. For today people saying Erica Kirk was prey with third baby from Charlie Kirk and did something with it. When she actually said we were trying and hoping for a third baby. That is right. That is absolutely correct. You remember how everyone was sitting there saying that Erica Kirk was definitely pregnant? Well, it's been over a year now. They all forgot about that. We should be rubbing Candace Owens' nose in that, I think. Because I think she said something along those lines. I'll have to go back and see what she said about Erica Kirk possibly being pregnant. I don't know if it was her or if it was just one of her dumb cronies. So we'll have to look into that.
All I did here was pursue truth. I didn't do this for the left. I didn't do this for the right.
Yeah,
I did
the
this
NF America tour is helping.
Actually killed him,
Candace.
and I am not convinced this had anything to do with LGBTQ rights. If I was convinced of that, I would certainly be the biggest voice against it. I think you guys probably know that.
Well, what is your evidence that they could not have possibly been behind it? What is your evidence that Charlie Kirk was certainly not ended by a leftist?
I want you to remember this, because this is not the first time, as what Hassan is describing, we had an event that could potentially, I'll say allegedly,
to come out and say you know for a fact that that's not what happened,
which was meant to cause a left-right war. Here is your homework, Hassan Piker. Look into what actually happened on January 6th. You took the bait. The left took the bait. Okay, this was a different world. Yeah, I would say in 2020, I think that's when that happened, January 6th, 2020. It was a different world. We were all more divided. I count myself among that as well. But none of us were willing to take a look at the facts. And we were going, oh, I'm team left or I'm team right. And as more and more has come out about what transpired on.
Yeah, who was it that ran J6? Nice face. Who was it that ran J6? Oh, yeah, the left. Correct. Crazy, huh?
On that day, it was without question an opportunity for us to look up and see who rules over us and who benefits from that. And people were wrongly arrested. People
and what did they
were
do to
encouraged to go into the Capitol on that day.
Yep.
If we're all seeing now for the first time that there is
Ray Epps and Nick Fuentes.
Effort by a minority, a very powerful minority who doesn't actually care about left or right, to seize power from citizens full stop by allowing something terrible to take place and then saying, here's what we must get done and here's what we must pass, a la 9/11, then we both sides, so to speak, needs to do its job and be realistic about it.
Hey, Samurai.
I'm not anybody's hero or anybody's queen. I am somebody who cares deeply about what happened on September 10th because my friend was killed, and I have the sense that we are being lied to about it, particularly by the federal government. In particular, I feel the federal government is lying to us, and I refuse to accept that it is my duty to blame.
It's possible, but the federal government also probably was in on Donald Trump being nearly assassinated. We knew this back then. Charlie thought that back then. I think there are parts of the government that are totally funding and ran by Antifa. I absolutely believe that. Look at what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan right now. Look at how whenever, what was it that was cut and all the riots stopped for the most part? It was, shoot, what was it? All the funding that was cut to the left. And now they can't afford to pay people to go to their riots. It's kind of crazy. Funny how that works. There's definitely parts of the government for sure that are completely and totally taken over by the left communists. No doubt about that. That's gotta happen. We've had communists in our government for a long time. Open communists. I wonder how much bigger it is now. Of course the communists are going to try and come over and take over our country. Why wouldn't they? That's what they do. That's all communists do. That is their MO. That is their mission. That's everything about a communist, is trying to take over governments and make them crappy. And to control all the people. That's exactly what the government does. Or not the government, but communist governments. Yeah, are we shocked here? Of course they're probably behind a lot of it. The problem is you're telling us not to look at the left at all. You're telling us that it's all the right wing. I don't like that because that's not in line with what normally happens. China's not right wing. Russia's not right-wing. Who else? Pol Pot was not right. Well, that's still China. You get what I'm saying? Cuba's not right-wing. All communist countries are left-wing. So why would you tell us to look towards the right wing for wrongdoing? Very suspicious. Bearded Hick again for $10 says, problem with Candace, she wants to be first, not correct. I think you're onto something there, man. I genuinely do. I think you are about dead on.
Aim it on the left if the left didn't do it. Left does plenty of things that they've been caught doing, and I've used my platform to go after them. I have no issue doing that. I'll do that tomorrow if that is the circumstance. If they're doing something radical and wrong, I'll do that. But I'm not just going to become a cheerleader for the right and know that they are engaged in something very wrong and say, well, it's okay.
Yeah, okay, red pill black. Okay.
At least they vote Republican at the end of the day.
Whatever.
That's a nonsense.
You're so
All
full of
us
crap.
Need, to raise ourselves above that sort
Man,
of
it sucks that
discourse
people
in the
don't know
future.
her past.
And yeah, I think it's actually happening. So there is something that I would say is a positive
got
that's
a
come out of
troll
this.
in
I
the
mean, I
chat.
don't think
Who's the
anybody would have thought that Charlie Kirk would be a uniter. Certainly not me. Me and him, and we're both staunchly just conservative, staunchly just Republican. I am still conservative. I have issues with calling myself Republican. I just don't care about politics because watching Republicans get behind this absolutely sloppy narrative and trying to force feed it upon us makes me sick. I just think there's so much corruption and there is Satanism on both sides, Democrats and Republican. A minor few who rule over us and just constantly feed us slop and go, oh, look, this is so violent. They've never been more violent. Oh, look, they've never been more violent. Yeah, that's what I want to basically say about that. I do want to show you before we go to break. This Where Forbidden account is just making me laugh so much. We just have to let you see what they dropped, which obviously is a play on
they
the
them
Matrix.
dropped?
Take a
What
listen.
is it?
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
It's
You can go
red pill
full so they can
black.
see this.
You take the blue pill and you can just keep saying, so what?
Well, they gave her a red pill.
You
They
take the
gave
red
her.
pill,
Oh wait, there it is.
you learn everything about the Tyler Robinson case.
Oh, I'm still using that as an old red pill black. Like we should go over that sometime.
So what? So what? So what? So what? Positive evidence? So what? So what? When? Appeal to emotion? So what? Burden of proof? So what? So what?
I mean, what the hell? You
So
gave him a
what?
pill.
So what? Appeal to
What?
emotion? So what? Burden of proof? So what? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? So what? So what? So what? Appeal to emotion? What? So what?
This is actually really well done, though. For a AI video, this is legitimately probably one of the best AI videos I've ever seen. Not gonna lie. That is a crazy amount of detail. AI doesn't normally do this good. Whoever did this probably spent enough money that they could have hired a real camera crew to probably do a lot of this CGI, or to do better CGI. But for AI, actually not bad, and that's actually terrifying to me.
Stop.
They even got the
all I have to
voice.
say.
Stop.
The voice was good. AI is freaking me out.
Just fantastic work coming from Where Forbidden. Unbelievable talent. I just absolutely love it. I'm laughing.
Okay, well, don't call it talent. That was AI. That was AI. That definitely was not talent. But when it came to AI, that's freaky that they got Erica Kirk's voice really good. I don't normally hear AI do that. Not very often. But yeah, Candace is not Morpheus. She doesn't even deserve to be in Lawrence Fishburne's presence, in my opinion.
So hard, all of these. So
I don't know
just
if
need to
Lawrence
share it and
Fishburne
just
is
give him full
of sound
credit.
mind.
Again,
though. I
it's
have no
at
idea.
Where Forbidden on X. He's also definitely on Instagram as well. We'll be right back after a brief break. All right, you guys, you probably already know this, but AI can clone your voice,
Is he
forge your
political at all?
signature, and even create fake documents that fool experts.
Ah, he's a
Criminals are using these tools
progressive.
right now to
Okay,
steal
never
from you.
mind.
It's called title fraud. And for
She can be in his
million-
presence.
So I will comment. I don't know that. Leslie writes, sounds like Terrell Farnsworth could be guilty of evidence tampering and obstruction of justice. I will say I don't know that. I cannot assert that. I can just show everyone what happened
that's just a
and
dumb
weigh it against the
comment.
comments that were made
Why
by
would you
Andrew.
like that
He
comment,
definitely said
though?
he's guilty of lying to Candace. Pretty much, I can say Andrew.
So dumb.
I'd be interested to hear his follow up to this. Terrell could argue it was his. It's his property. He can do whatever he wants with it, and he can decide.
If the police came out and said, "Hey, actually, we're going to put him under arrest because he might have done that," okay, sure. But the fact of the matter is that they have not, and you've been sitting on this footage since October. Chances are the police really didn't think he did.
Decide what he wants to handle. right? What he wants to give over, pardon me, to the feds or to the SBI. I don't really know. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in Utah law. But like I said, I have established that there were just a lot of lies that were told early on. And I just can't fathom why that is. Like, why lie and say you don't know how to, you're not comfortable because you think Google's going to hack you when you had already sent a Google link to the SBI, and why pretend like you don't know how to send a big file when you had already sent that Google link over
Yeah, but you
8
never
days
proved
earlier.
that.
That doesn't make sense to me. Cozy and Hallie writes, if the camera is pointing down, it would show the men handling Charlie Kirk when he fell to the ground. It would show what they did, and it would show Charlie's shirt and what might be under it. It might even catch audio of what they said to each other. That is my thinking. I will tell you that. That is my thinking. I think that is why
I
the
don't care
footage was
about
really
your
important.
thinking.
I don't think that footage mattered so much otherwise. As
Prove it or,
Nissi demonstrated in her videos, that is precisely what would have been
whichever
captured.
one.
And
Probably
I'd
in her
be
best
interested to know
interest
if
to
that was,
not
if
prove
it ever made its way to the SBI when it was on the
Probably
flash
not
drive, or if they were
choice.
only presented with that
I haven't
portion
heard
zoomed
that
in.
one.
I even
That's
noted
funny.
that all of the cameras stopped running at like the 26-minute mark. If you look at his statement, it tells you how long.
Well, at least you don't got to go catch him. Badoom. Psh. Okay.
Videos that he gave were, and all of them are 26 minutes plus some seconds, except for one of them, which is 23 minutes. I'm wondering if it's that camera, was a 3-minute clip generated out of that portion. I don't know.
Probably the one
I really
that
don't
fell.
know. Just thinking and trying to put things together like the rest of you. Cameron Byer writes, these are today's comments. Pray for the truth to be revealed soon. Every day, pray for the truth to be revealed. I have kept that
who
prayer
doesn't?
since September 10th.
I bet
Jelena
Candace
writes,
doesn't
sending
pray
much
for it,
love and
though.
positive vibes from Croatia. You and your family should totally visit. I love you and appreciate you so much, and I'm wishing you all the best. Go Max. I've been to Croatia. Actually lived there for a couple of months randomly in Dubrovnik back
Now,
when
hold
I worked.
on. Did you actually live there, or were you just visiting? Uh-oh. Remember whenever she was like, why did they say Erica Kirk lived in China? She was just visiting. She was only there for 6 months. You just said you lived in Croatia for a couple of months. That'll be a good clip for somebody, by the way. Just pointing that out right there, I may have to clip it. When she was all over Erica Kirk for living in China for 6 months, and then she goes, well, I lived in Croatia for a couple months. Y'all remember that one? Man, sometimes my memory is just really good on this stuff, and sometimes it's not.
In private equity.
this
It's
time
a
it was
long
good.
story, but I loved Dubrovnik. I loved Croatia. Dolo Flexing writes, I'm officially a fan. I don't remember how I came across you on YouTube, but I'm glad I did when I was working the night shift. I must confess I did miss a few episodes for about maybe a month or two, but I'm officially a fan. I'll be purchasing merch very soon. You be sure to get your second favorite shirt from CandaceOwens.com. You be sure to get that. We can't sell you your first favorite shirt, but we can sell you your second favorite shirt, available on the website.
I
It
don't
is
care.
indeed going to be your second favorite shirt.
I can't fast forward.
You can also support the video stuff. Except
Oh, wait, that's all the
Lap
comments?
writes regarding Andrew Wilson. I
Oh.
used to be a big fan of Andrew, and then I saw the debate that he did on Charlie's shooting before Candace, and I'd never seen that side of him before. He didn't make sensible arguments like I was used to. I then realized that he was bought, and it's sad to watch.
Oh, you
yeah, I've
did- you
heard
didn't
several
like the
people. I
facts
even
he
did
brought up?
Dave's show yesterday, Dave Smith's show, and a lot of people keep saying this. They're like, he knows the debate. He's normally a formidable debater. That's shocking to me. Obviously, you guys know I didn't spend time watching all of his previous stuff and debates. I spent time instead preparing my arguments for what I thought we were going to be debating. That shocks me because he was so terrible. And that's what happens. If you're non-committal and you are doing it because someone's behind you and giving you money, that's a really fast way to lose. You have to actually think you can win it based on merit, not based on gotchas and out of context clips and trying to entrap people into a lawsuit. So yeah, that is unfortunate. If he was actually once a good debater and
Good
this
point,
is what
Samurai. You mean the same woman that said she'd never heard of him before? Yeah,
happened
exactly.
because he sold out. It is unfortunate.
That's great.
Joshua
Candace
Steves
Owens always
writes, are we
contradicts
ever going to
herself.
talk about how Bibi Netanyahu is probably
Always.
dead? I don't think he is. I think when all that stuff was happening, he was probably hiding and being a coward and using AI. That's what it seemed like to me. I haven't explored that theory. I tried to limit my intake on Bibi Netanyahu because he's positively maddening. Zamet writes, calling on all Americans to join Candace Owens in the resistance to the Fed Slop Incorporated and its franchises. Thank you very much. I like that call to action. Dear Libby writes, I am just inferring, but was legal pickle an Easter egg? Was I playing the Taylor Swift game when I said, I'm not going to get myself in a legal pickle? Ha ha ha, means you can't open me up to putting myself into a lawsuit here, which they have just been so heavily implying
you asked
that
just
they
a
want to sue
straightforward
me.
question.
It's so pathetic. Like I showed you guys all
But
the
nobody's
Sandy Hook
allowed to
references.
ask
Everybody
Candace
is speaking about what
questions.
happened to the Charlie Kirk case, but they want to make an example out of me, so people stop thinking. Turning Point USA really
I guess
takes that
Pol
step.
Pot was
We'll do that,
Cambodian.
and we'll deal with it when it comes. But
Good point.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
But he
put
still
the
did
conspiracies
rule
to bed.
China.
I'll certainly say that the world is much more up to date and
With
speaking
iron
about the details
fist.
of the Charlie Kirk case than they ever were about Sandy Hook. It was not global. People didn't follow that, and people are really following the Charlie Kirk case. And so if their means is to publicly hang someone with the full support of the federal government, I I'd caution against it, but I'd caution against everything that Turning Point USA has done since Charlie's assassination. And you can see caution is completely tossed into the wind with this.
It's not just caution, it's full-fledged
90
hatred.
Elizabeth writes, did Andrew Wilson release the proof text yet? It's been 3 days. Or did he lose the SIM card in the phone that he had the proof in? He is like teasing it out for a big Friday show or something because he wants a bunch of people to pay him behind the paywall. Obviously, don't do that. That's obviously a trap. Somebody will just post it on the internet and you'll be able to see it for free. I'm giddy about that. I won't be one of the people watching.
Are you encouraging piracy? Okay. So if that's what you are about, then I guess you can't be too mad if everybody does it to your videos behind paywalls, huh?
But I can't wait until it gets posted by one of his fans as the proof that I was telling the truth and somehow...
Candace Owens has put so many things behind a paywall and it has driven many people crazy. But now she's going to complain about him doing it? Okay.
And punished for that publicly.
Ridiculous.
I don't know. It's vindication, I guess. Sweet vindication for me or something is what they're working on. That's what they're cooking up next. Anyway, you guys, I'm reminding you, book club is going to be tomorrow. So we'll have an episode, our NFT, get organized. And also we just take everything to breathe.
What's wrong with your shoulder, Candace?
Episode the week off. The same.
Okay. Anyway, that's the end of that episode. She just talks about her garbage club at the end. No one cares about that. So what did you guys think of all this, huh? Ah, man. Candace is Satan's daughter. Yeah. She could be probably Satan, but no, I don't know. I'm not going to call anybody Satan's daughter, but it is creepy that she said we are legion. That's pretty freaking creepy, wasn't it? Comes out and says we are legion. That's what the demon said in possessing the man before Jesus cast him out of the man and then allowed them to go into the pigs. You know what I mean? And they said that they were legion because they were many, many demons in that man. So, cast him out, and now Candace Owens is going, we are legion. Ah, coincidence? I mean, maybe. She could just be really dumb. But, is it possible? Oh, certainly. Certainly is possible. So, just one thing to keep in mind. Definitely one thing to keep in mind. I'm not going to accuse anybody of being demon-possessed. I don't know what that would look like or what that would entail. So I can't make a good judgment on that. You know what I mean? I could believe someone may be demon-possessed, but I just don't know enough about it because who really does? I don't know that there's really very many expert people that know exactly what a possession looks like, sounds like, feels like, or how to really deal with it that much. I'm sure certain preachers and priests do, but it's kind of, I would think that that's a rare phenomenon to happen. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong about that. I'm just not well-versed in it, okay? I am trying to get through my Bible the way it is, and it is a long, tedious read. Just is. And, yeah. It's going to take me a little bit to get through the Old Testament. Definitely putting it that way. It's going to take me a little while, for sure. I need to go and invest in the monochrome Old Testament Bibles. That would be really cool. Have y'all seen those? I like showing people this. Monochrome Bible. What's wrong with me? These are so cool. Black paper with white text. So they have the first two. So I have the New Testament of it, but I don't have the two Old Testament books. They have two of them back to back. They put it into two separate books here. And I thought that was so unbelievably cool. I really like it a lot. And it is just so easy to read. White text on black paper. Just looks nice. They have some limited edition ones. They had a red one that was limited edition. Ooh. And the leather bounds are actually better than I thought. I thought it was going to be a soft cover for the leather. Huh. Yeah, they look nice. People showing off their stuff. Explore all editions. Oh, I guess this is all they have now. They don't have the red ones anymore. Oh, well. But they do have these. These are really, really cool. I bet you all would really like it. It just makes reading nice and easy. Your eyes aren't straining on black words, on white paper. Because black words are white paper. I mean, it reflects a lot of light. Now, if you're in a low light setting, this will win every time. If you're in a pretty well lit environment, though, Oh, this is the way to go right here. It's just nice. It's real. Actually, I'll show you mine. What am I doing? Why would I not show you guys this? Hold on. Oh, there we go. See, I got the linen cover. And the linen cover leaves marks. You could see my fingerprints up there because it's, well, linen. But look at that. Just beautifully done. I love this so much. It looks so much better in person. I'm looking at it right here on camera, and it looks decent on camera, but it looks gray. In person, these pages are black. They're a lot darker, so the words almost look like they're floating. Like they're so much easier to read. Oh, so much easier to read. It's unbelievable. Like, it really does bring out all the detail just in the words, so you just recognize the letters a lot easier. It's just the way the eyes adjust, you know what I mean, on it? I really like it. Monochrome Bible for sure. And this is just the New Testament. What a cool way to kind of divide it all up. Because when you divide it up, you can make the words bigger as well. So instead of cramming everything, because look at the book sizes. Like, they are pretty much the exact same. Oh, do it like this. They're pretty much the exact same size of book. So naturally, the words in this would have to be bigger because the entire New Testament is in this too. So it just makes it really, really convenient in general. I'm not sponsored by these guys at all or anything. I just love the product. So, just is what it is. I would recommend people go check it out. It would be cool to get a sponsorship, though, from them. I would probably take that. I would probably take that in a heartbeat. That would be pretty cool. But I also want to keep this channel, well, I don't know about a heartbeat. I would definitely have to think it over because I want this channel to stay ad-free. I think it's better. But if I did take a sponsorship, it would definitely be something that I would use. You know what I mean? Cain Abel for $10 says, good on you with the Bible. I need to start reading it again more. I've fallen away from reading chapters. I read verses from time to time and listen to it on YouTube, but I need to read/study it. Absolutely. I spend a criminal amount of time on one, chapter because I'll read through it, not fully understand it, and I have a weird thing in my brain where if I don't understand something, I can't move on. There are times where I will read the same thing 60 times until it finally clicks. I'll go through on the internet and I'll be like, what am I missing here? What's the context? Then I'll watch them go, oh, it's about this. And I'm like, how did they come to that conclusion? So I'm sitting there reading it again, going, I just like to make sure that I'm reading something correctly. It's the same thing with music. If I don't understand what it is I'm playing very well, I will spend a lifetime on that subject or on that phrasing and just really getting better and better at it until I understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Just kind of what happens. Same with musical theory too. Oh man, take you guys into the world of musical theory. Whew. Anyway, Kara Nakanishi. I think I said that right. Hello to you too. Thank you for being here, guys. Oh, man. Alrighty, guys. It has been a very short night. Y'all thought I was probably going to say long night. But no, it has been a very short night, actually. But I do have to help get the kids down to bed. I have to help do quite a bit because my oldest is still sick. Almost blasted their name. I just almost said it out loud. My oldest is still sick. My youngest is finally getting over it. But my wife is now getting sick, too. And so I told her I'd be as quick as possible with all this too, and I'd help them get to bed. I was thinking tonight would be the perfect night for that too, because I thought for sure that Gary was streaming tonight with Andrew Wilson. And I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and get it wrapped up and send everyone over there. But we can let's see. Oh, wait. You say could you get Bronson I'm gonna screenshot that. And I'll just send it to him here. Let's see, where is Bronson? Where's his ex page? I'll send that to him. But yeah, I told him that I would. I told her that I would help though. There we go. I sent it to him. I'll make sure he saw you specifically. So there we go. I just screenshot him your message and sent it directly to him. So hopefully he'll respond. I don't know if he'll see it or not, but if so, we'll make sure he gets back into live stream, and then we'll get him up into gear. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna read out all of the chats. I'll not read out all the chats. I'll read out everybody who donated. Thank you all so much for being here. Eric Goss for the 10. GN for the 20. Pixel Minute Games for the 10. Eric Goss for the 5. Straight Rippin' for the 2. Nurse Terry for the 5. Eric Goss for the 5. Abstract Cats Media for the 2. Eric Goss for the 5. Eric Goss for the 5 again. Redus Maximus for becoming a mega troll. Thank you so much for joining, man. That's cool. Marshawn for the 20. Intense Subject for the 5. The Wholesome Grail for the 10. Leanne Black for the 20. Bearded, I want to start doing this in a Trump accent for now. Just is the way it is, I guess. You can never go wrong with a good Trump accent. Bearded Hick for the 10. Jacqueline Brennan. Bearded Hick. I cannot say that. I want to say chick every time. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know why. Bearded Hick for the 10. Cain and Abel for the 10. Kara Nakanishi. I want to mispronounce that for Trump. Nakanishi. Oh, that would actually still be kind of right, wouldn't it? How would Trump say Kara Nakanishi? Nakanishi. That's probably closer to how Trump would say it. Kara Nakanishi. Probably, I don't know, but I could be pronouncing it right that way too. Sorry, guys. I'm just being really dumb. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. Genuinely. Where next? Where next indeed? Where should I send? We should send you guys somewhere, shouldn't we? Live. Who's live? Nicholas J. Brooks. We got Lady Luck. We have Luther Morgan. Vera Dark. Who should we, see, is that? Huh. I thought we'd have more people on. Where do you guys want to go? Where do y'all want to go to? Let's send you guys to one of these channels here. And what would you guys prefer? Who do you all want to be in the pinned comment? Let's see. Thank you. Oh, wait, y'all are going to Paramount. Is Paramount live? When does he go live? No, he's not live. There you go. 22 hours ago. Okay. He goes live at... He should have been live... What the heck? That's weird. I'm really confused by this. Oh, that's 8/19. No, that's today. Yeah. What is happening? Says he should have been live an hour ago, I think. Oh, no, he's going live in a minute for me. Okay, we'll go to Paramount. Let's just go to Paramount. Okay. That's where you guys are wanting. We can go to Paramount. Alrighty. Tell Gary I said hello. It'll be a little bit before I join in chat because I got to get these kiddos. I got to get their teeth brushed and whatnot, and then I got to get them down to bed. You're right. It is 6:50. I kept forgetting because he's an hour ahead. So anytime I plan a show with him or anything like that, I have to think of like, 7 p.m. That means it's 8 p.m. You know what I mean? And I wasn't paying attention. It is going to be 7 p.m. for me because that's how YouTube works, no matter what. But yeah, anyway. Sorry, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Click that link down there in the comment section below to go straight to Paramount's channel. Tell Gary I said hello. I should be jumping in chat in about 30 minutes to an hour or so. Probably I'll pop in once I get the kids asleep. Thank you all again, and I will see you all here in the next video. Or the next live stream, whichever. Later. Oh, shoot. There we go. Oh, nope. Clicked the wrong thing again. I am looking for my Rumble stream. That's the problem. I am straight up looking for my Rumble stream, and it is not there. So I'm dumb. It's right here. See y'all again here later. Have a good night.